Five, four, three, two, one. Gamer Words episode 4. And the gamer word of the day. It's the old KYS, Peter. Anybody ever tell you to KYS?
All the time, all the
All the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Why?
When I play when I play games,
Yeah.
and especially as a team game,
Mm-hmm.
people like to use that acronym all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you
Do you
think it
know what it
means,
means?
man?
I don't know.
I thought it
It's
means keep yourself safe. Have you been doing some risky plays? Getting yourself
yeah,
into a lot of trouble?
it's usually after I die in game. I can see
Mm-hmm.
why people say that.
No, I'm a little confused because I've seen a lot of Ukrainians saying KYS to Russians, but I thought they were having a
Uh,
war.
they're probably telling them to go back, keep
Mm.
yourself
Oh,
safe.
keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
I
that
will
makes
kill you
sense.
if you come.
Yeah.
So you should go back home.
Yeah,
Keep yourself safe.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So your prediction? Totally fucking wrong.
Yep.
Not only did you delay our podcast by 2 weeks
I did not.
to
I did not.
try to wait for your prediction to be correct.
Uh-huh.
It's
Let's go
been
with
it's been
that.
twice the amount of time, and Russia's looking like
Yeah, they're getting
they might
fucked.
not ever get there.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
might be hard
There's a
stuck.
lot of volunteer army, like I think over 100K people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it's not looking great.
I've heard from some more like lifetime analyst types that Russia's strategy of like 200,000 soldiers for the amount of land they're taking is kind of questionable to begin with, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I think
Ukraine's really focusing on their supply lines. I mean, it's looking bad.
yeah,
It's looking like they might just straight up lose.
for sure. I think they didn't expect how much of a resistance that Ukraine was going to put up.
Yeah.
And because they took Crimea with relative ease, but Crimea was a region that was already a little pro-Russian, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like a lot of separatists, and I think they didn't expect Kiev to be that hard because they have a lot of people going to Kiev.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they tried to bomb Russia at first, didn't work. And then over the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks, I mean, have they made any progress? Like, I heard that in the south,
Yeah.
they
They
were able
did,
to
yeah.
kind of connect Crimea and the Donbass region. And that was
Yeah,
like,
I think they took more land in the south area of Ukraine, but
yeah,
northern part around Kiev, they haven't really made any progress.
yeah.
And I think they th- I think the Russian strategy was like
Mm.
kind of like Taliban when US
Hmm.
troops withdraw.
Always good
Right?
to be like the Taliban.
Right? It's like they took Afghanistan back with super easy like path,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the president escaped, right?
Oh, yeah,
I guess
president
they
leaves,
expect
army gives up.
yeah, I think they expected Zelensky to just
Yeah.
took the US offer and
Also, in a lot
run.
of these cases, and with like Hong Kong and stuff, you hear stories of civilians dying, and then everybody kind of gets
Yeah.
scared. But in Ukraine, when you hear about civilians dying, everybody gets pissed off. So,
Yeah. I saw a video the other day where a dad was angry and he's going
mm,
back to fight because his son died.
mm.
And I mean, you're just angering way more people.
Yeah, this
And
shit is terrible.
yeah, it's I think Russian and also a lot of Russians are like protesting
Oh,
against the
yeah. Just
war.
today, I started to hear a lot more news about
Yeah.
Russian
And
protests and like people in part, like like political positions being like, fuck
for
this, and
sure. Like there
it's
was
getting
a
really bad.
state TV
Yeah.
news.
Hmm.
There's a woman that was like holding up a sign.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that
a
one.
sign that says "No War,"
Yeah.
and she was a like employee there, and she
Hmm.
basically said, "Oh, she recorded a video because she thinks she was gonna get arrested."
Hmm.
I think she only got fined and didn't
Yeah,
get
they fined
arrested.
her $300 and they interrogated her for 14 hours, apparently.
Yeah, she posted a video saying, she wants to apologize that she was
Oh, yeah.
spreading
Yeah,
propaganda.
of course.
Yeah,
Shit is so stupid.
and there's also a lot of journalists on the just showing how
Hmm.
the police are arresting all the protesters.
Yeah.
Not even just the people against war, but just even people are for the war, they're getting
Well, yeah,
arrested too.
like the protesting's illegal, so then they do protests where they're like holding a blank sign or just like walking around not saying
Yeah,
anything,
yeah, yeah,
and they still get arrested.
yeah.
So
It's
stupid.
quite insane. It's basically
Now,
Chinese level of
yeah,
censorship.
yeah. What percentage of Russians do you think believe the propaganda?
I
Because
think a
we like
large amount.
we see a good example where we have freedom of speech in the States.
Hmm.
I say we as if I'm
Yeah,
American,
we're
as
both
if
not
we're both
American.
American when it's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
close. But
The two Canadian talking about U.S.
yeah.
politics as if they
Oh yeah.
are.
Great
Yeah,
takes.
yeah, yeah.
But we see that still like a significant percentage of people believe a lot of fake news.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in Russia, like, do you think it's a lot worse? Like, what percentage of people over there do you think just totally buy all this shit?
I
Ukraine's full of
think
Nazis. We never killed any civilians.
I think a lot older population are more
Hmm.
susceptible
Yeah.
to propaganda. I think younger people, because they don't have a at least till now,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Russian and like internet censorship was not quite as bad as like
Oh yeah, like you
Chinese
go on Discord, you're a
internet.
Russian guy, you go on Discord, and everybody's telling you to
Mhm.
fucking KYS.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
then
play any games, right? You play like CS:GO, you play League. People were gonna tell you the truth, or you go on
yeah,
TikTok, you go on Facebook.
yeah,
People
yeah.
will know.
Hmm.
And I think they're getting pretty good amount of information that's like in real time,
Yeah.
where even though there's a lot of fake news on there too, but I think that there's more diverse amount of information.
Well, yeah, because like
Uh,
just when you're having a conversation with somebody, like if you talk to anybody, they're
yeah,
just gonna
yeah,
be like, "Fuck Russia," and you're gonna be like, "What?" Like
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody is saying that, so
And there's videos
it's hard to
all
ignore.
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's videos everywhere in popular websites,
But that's the
right?
biggest thing
And
about this war that I think is really hurting Russia is
yeah, yeah,
that we've reached a point of technology where like every fucking bombing and shooting is recorded. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. People
like
are
it's
there's so
obvious.
many combat footage out there that's very sad to see, and
Oh yeah.
I think younger people are definitely gonna see that, and
Well yeah,
older
for
people,
for
they
for
watch the news,
yeah,
and those are state television, so,
for the
you
younger
know.
generation, this is their first, like conflict that they're actually exposed. It's like the Chechenian wars and like the shit in Donbass and like 10 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
8 years ago, whatever. It was bad, but like nobody really paid attention to it. So for a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
younger people, this is the first war footage that they've ever seen, and it's like shocking and horrible to them
Mhm.
because they don't even
And a
like
lot of
they don't even think
civilian are
about it.
dead too,
Yeah.
so it's
Other than that, I
pretty
had some notes. Because I had these from way before, but
mhm,
because I think originally we talked about how I wasn't really sure what the benefit of taking Ukraine was. And
mhm.
then looking into it, like, yeah, there's like a lot of gas in the Black Sea, and
Yeah,
it
oil.
was hard for them to transfer gas through Ukraine. Like Ukraine was charging them a lot of money for the pipelines and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Like not like huge information, but like there is some relevance to taking Ukraine for them. Um,
Yeah,
but still
natural
not
resources.
worth what's happened at all, of course.
For sure, the amount of sanctions that they
Oh yeah, it's
got
fucked. Yeah,
and amount of, like, just companies pulling out,
yeah.
it's
It's gonna cause so many issues because
yeah.
you're also creating like you're transferring a lot of the middle class to the low class when you lose this shit.
And esp especially when they already know, like, the lifestyle, like,
Well,
they
that's the
could
thing,
have.
right? Yeah, like if you're born poor, you kind of deal with it. But if you're like better off, and then suddenly you're poor as fuck, like you're a
Mhm.
lot more likely to try to revolt or.
Yeah, and you eat McDonald's every day, and then suddenly
Yeah,
McDonald's are all closed,
yeah,
and then you go to Burger King, "Oh, wait, there's no Burger King either." There's, like, nothing, and then
yeah.
now
Apparently
you're
now, luckily for Russians, the Papa Johns are staying open.
I'm pretty sure it's closed too.
Yeah, yeah,
They
no, they tried to close them all, but the
uh
Russian guy that owns them all gets
ah,
everything like himself basically, except olives.
so I
Yeah,
see.
like he's a franchise. He owns like 150 of them or some shit,
Mhm.
and he gets everything from like somewhere over there. So he's keeping them open.
Yeah, yeah, well, the Russia basically said that they're gonna nationalize a lot of the companies
Yeah,
that
dude,
pulled out.
I am excited to see the
And
Russian McDonald's, the Russian, like I want
yeah,
to see what they make and how good it
and they
is.
also said that they are not going to give back the plane that they leased.
Oh yeah, I
So
heard about that. That's a really questionable decision too,
yeah,
because
nobody will ever work with you
yeah,
again
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
future.
And it's like,
And
did
that's
these
kind
companies
of
do anything to you? Like the company's not spiting Russia. The company's reacting to a business decision. Like if we don't
yeah, for
sanction
sure.
you, we're gonna lose more money from elsewhere.
Hmm.
So like, why are you even mad?
Yeah, McDonald's said they're losing 50 million a month
Yeah,
for pulling
exactly.
out,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a they're a big corporation, so they
Yeah.
know it's worth losing
Oh
50
yeah, of
million
course. I
a
mean,
month.
especially after other people pulled out. If McDonald's was
Mhm.
like, "Nah, fuck this," dude, that shit would cost them a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, for sure, a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's not like the Russian people are gonna support
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's just because they stayed.
Well, yeah, of
And
course. I mean, it's fucking
yeah,
McDonald's. Wow, you're so cool with that. Like, nobody
yeah,
cares.
no way. There's no
Yeah.
way.
And
So,
in relation to all that, like, obviously, gas prices here. I don't know about
oh
Taiwan.
yeah, yeah, it also went up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are pretty pissed about that. Apparently, I heard that Iran and Saudi Arabia are like increasing their output.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe the gas prices are gonna drop a bit or part way
I
back.
think they are already going down,
Mm,
but not by a lot, but they are
okay.
because I think it's always a good idea to increase the output, right? When the price is high,
Yeah.
because it encourages people to go electric if you let the price stay high for too
Well,
long.
yeah. I think these tragedies, COVID, the war, other
Mhm.
things, are really motivating people. Like, okay, build chip manufacturing and supply chains within your own country. Okay, stop
Yeah,
relying
yeah,
on
yeah.
gas from fucking Russia. Build a more electric. Like, okay, we need more nuclear power. Like, it's forcing a lot of good decisions that and
Also,
like
they're forcing people to spend way more money on like weapons. Just yeah.
yeah, that too. But like a lot of these decisions that people are making are decisions they should have already made, but at
Mhm.
least they're being forced to now. Like obviously having more nuclear power and like more chip manufacturing plants and stuff is a good thing. So,
Yeah, yeah. But this also benefits people like China. They will start looking at what happened to Russia to know how to avoid
mm,
or not avoid, basically how to withhold like
yeah,
the amount of power they have. Like basically, no, oh, you're gonna cut off us from Swift, then we will have
hmm,
our own system, right?
yeah, that's true.
So they will
Now,
also learn from all the sanctions this time.
what about a long-term prediction? Will China collapse? The People's Communist Party of China, whatever the fuck it is,
Mhm.
will that collapse in our lifetime? We'll say in 50 years.
50 years,
Yeah.
so
Long term prediction. The
2070.
podcast will still be going. That'll be episode, 15,000.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they
Will
will.
China be collapsed? The current republic.
Hmm.
Or is
That's
communism
a
going to lead the future, man?
no, definitely not. They're not communists. Like they
Well,
just call themselves
Chinese
communists.
communism. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Because I feel
I
with
don't
like how good technology is getting, it's going to only get harder to control people in that way.
yeah, yeah.
Like, what about North Korea? Is North Korea going to be able to hold
But
on to this forever?
as weapon technology gets better, I
Yeah,
think
that
it's
too.
easier to oppress your people.
Yeah.
So I think it's I my prediction will be like this.
Okay.
If they survive till 2050,
Mm.
then they will survive till 2070.
Oh, okay.
But
So
if
30
they
years or
don't,
bust.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If they don't survive 2050, they won't, I think. Well, obviously they won't, but I think
Hmm.
if they do make it past 2050, then I think 50 more years is easy.
And do you think anything significant is going to change in terms of how poor people like deal with life? Like with gas
Probably
prices
not.
and food
No, no,
prices
no.
and housing prices.
I mean,
Like the average person in the West is really starting to not be able to make it, you know?
I think it'll be
Like, what do you think
new.
is going to happen? Do you think there's just going to be more and more homeless people? Do you think the government's going to subsidize necessities? Do you think?
I think it will stay the same in terms of like well increase in price, right? But I think the wage will also increase, but I don't think the solution is enough to solve the entire problem. I don't think it will solve any problem actually.
Oh
I just
yeah.
think it will solve the short term problem,
Mm.
and I think there will be just as many homeless people as
So you
many
think the
poor
government will
people.
find a way just to maintain?
I think they will. I think it's
Mm.
designed that way to just
Well, you keep people where they belong, right? These
yeah,
are my slaves, man.
cheap labor
Yeah, can't have them
and
getting too
just
smart, too rich. That's no good.
yeah. I think it's kind of rigged, right?
Yeah.
The system.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't expect it to change that much. I think
Mm-hmm.
sure the short term in short term wage will increase just in response of inflation.
Yeah.
I think even though it's kind of unlikely in terms of like just past 20 years, right? Like the wage hasn't increased, but I think inflation has gone pretty out of hand this
Yeah,
time.
it's gotten to a point where something's gotta
Yeah, yeah, but I don't
change.
think there will be big like solution style,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we have to make
Well,
everybody
what about like
unionized.
the automation? What about when like more and more people don't
I think
really?
we're pretty far away from that. At least like 10,
You
20
think
years
so?
away. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, you know, like self checkout in stores and like terminals everywhere, and then like more and more
Yeah, yeah,
self
yeah, yeah,
driving
yeah.
cars. Like,
Yeah, but that won't I'm talking about like fully like
well, yeah, I
Star
don't think
Trek.
that shit's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
like
I don't think
yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
happen
yeah.
ever because it's too expensive. It's like cheaper to pay a person than
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think they people with power will not want that to happen anyway. Like
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
sure
what
they
do you do
will
with all these unemployable people? What do you think's gonna happen if there's so many people who don't have anything
sh-
to
yeah, they
offer?
ship them to California.
Oh, okay. Dude, that's crazy how they used to, like, the
Pretty sure they
city
still
would
do.
buy a bus ticket and just be like a
Mhm.
one-way bus ticket and be like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm pretty sure they still do.
Damn,
And
really?
I saw a news article the other day. Switzerland, they will buy you a plane ticket to anywhere
Mm,
if it's only a one-way ticket. Just that's
get
a
the fuck out.
solution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And it was like maybe last year, maybe this year. I
Yeah.
think it's not long ago. And it's insane how like it's still happening, right? And I think I heard like another podcast a couple years ago where
Hey,
they
man,
used to
there's
do
no other
that all the time.
podcast, dude. This is the number one podcast. Come here for all your news.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And they do that all the time, right? They send them to like California or they send them to Hawaii where there's the weather is nice, where you
Yeah,
don't
so you can
freeze
be
to death.
homeless 24/7. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess they don't die, but that's not a solution. But
Hey, man,
I
not my
don't think
problem.
they
As a wise
yeah,
Peter once said, not my problem.
yeah. My problem it isn't. I mean, I can't really do anything about it, right? I
Yeah.
vote, right? And I try I
Who'd you
guess
vote
like
for,
I feel
man?
like it's kind
Trump
of
or Biden?
pointless for me. I'm not an American citizen, so I can't vote in
Who
the
would you have
U.S.
voted for
election.
between Trump and Biden? Hard choice.
I would probably vote Biden, but you know, I probably wouldn't vote the second time, like the next election, if he's still running.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be Trump versus Biden again?
If
I guess it has to be, right?
no, I think it will be DeSantis. The I think he's trying to run
Oh.
the
And you think
the
he'll get
Florida
picked over Trump
governor.
and Biden?
I
Or
think
what is
so.
he, Trump? Is he Republican or?
Yeah, he's a Republican,
Hmm.
and I mean, Biden is definitely running because I'm pretty sure all the incumbent president runs for the second term.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't, he's not like forced to, but I think
Yeah,
he'll
yeah, but
want
most
to.
of them do.
Yeah, I mean, he is pretty
I mean,
fucking old though, but we'll see.
he might die before.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Why? Do you think he's that? I mean, I mean, like all politician, he's a big fat liar, right? So
Yeah.
it's expected.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's just say he's had some interesting interactions with young
Kids.
girls, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a little sus,
Uh-huh.
and that's all.
Also, he lied about forgiving student debt,
Yeah.
and that's the platform he ran on, and he lied.
Yeah, the idea that politicians can just make promises and it's fine if it's not true is really weird to me.
Yeah, and people don't impeach them. I guess you have to
In
like
my
you have to.
mind, if I say I'm going to do this, I should be forced to make it a law, like before I'm
Yeah, yeah,
elected
yeah.
or something like that. Like,
And also it's like, how come people like the people who elected him cannot impeach him for making false promises?
yeah,
That's kind of insane to me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that should be a there should be a path to do that,
Oh, for
right?
sure. Yeah, you shouldn't
And
be able to just fucking gaslight everybody and be like,
there's like two Democrat senator
mm,
that basically voted against like Democrats' policy
oh, really?
all the time. And then yeah, there's a woman that's like, I think Arizona or something. Her name's out S or something.
Sure.
And then there's another guy, I think Virginia or maybe North Carolina. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure, but another senator that's also a Democrat that's basically just voting against like um liberal. What they're not called liberal. Are
Yeah,
they called liberal?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever. Sure.
Democrat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Democrat. Uh, like their stuff. So it's
Mm,
like they don't vote on party line, and then I was like, okay, why is there no? You voted for this guy. Why aren't you guys impeaching him? Right? There should be like a petition, and then once it gets enough people sign it over.
yeah.
I don't know the threshold, but there
Well, yeah,
should
these
be
whole
one.
representatives and like the whole system's weird. Like, I get the
Yeah.
idea that you want a representative, but then you're kind of trapped with them and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once
you
they
don't
get
have any
elected,
individual say like on anything. Like, it's
uh
just strange.
it's strange to me reading all the like forum comments
Yeah.
whenever anything happens about these elected official, like they just the people are just taking it up, like just like eating it up, like, well, there's nothing we can do. Like what?
Yeah.
How come there's nothing you can do? That's such a stupid system.
Yeah,
I'm
of
pretty sure
course.
there
Well,
is,
it's like
right?
I could go run as a Democrat, but I'm actually a Republican, more or
Mhm.
less. And I just trick everybody and then,
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing they can do about it, I
yeah,
guess.
like what the fuck? I
For
mean,
another
sure.
6 years, because senator is right. I
Yeah.
think they elect elections every 6 year for a senator.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane, right? You just elect someone and realize they're a fucking
Well, the
liar, and
Supreme
then you
Court
stick.
stuff is even worse. Like a lifetime appointment. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, yeah. It's quite insane, right? Like, can you even impeach? I'm pretty sure you can impeach the Supreme Court, but I
Well, yeah,
think
if
it's
they did something
extremely
like
hard.
really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they have to commit a crime, kind of like president, right? They have to commit a crime to get impeached,
Yeah.
and then even when they're impeached, they have to be convicted
Oh, yeah,
by
they always get fucking pardoned,
Senate,
man. It's just
and
pardon
then they
central.
yeah, they never get convicted because usually one of the two house, well, the House or the Senate is controlled by the party,
Yeah.
so they will usually just vote against, and then
Also,
there's
the
nothing
idea
come
that
out
a
of it.
president can issue a pardon,
Yeah,
like, I think
I
the
mean, I'm
idea of
okay with
pardoning
that.
crimes is important, but for
Yeah,
the president to be able to, like, yeah, I like this guy, fuck it. That's not
you.
okay. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, but I'm okay with that system, honestly. I'm
What?
okay with the
Come
pardon
on,
system.
man. I think there's got to be at least a couple people that need to agree.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think there should be a. I think the system is fine. I don't know the current system is fine, but I like the idea of being able to
I
pardon
think some
people
people
because
should definitely be pardoned. Yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah. I don't think one judge or maybe a couple of judges should just decide
Yeah.
everything. I
I mean,
think there should be like
Trump should have just pranked and like started pardoning like violent criminals for no fucking reason and shit like that.
yeah, and I think there should be more people with power to like at least prevent death sentence, right? I think
Mm,
like only governors and maybe president can do that. Like if they're in the state, right?
yeah.
I think it's quite insane that I saw a video from last week tonight by John Oliver,
Hmm.
and they're talking about death row inmate, and there's a woman that is in death row, and there's nothing she can do about it, like just because some technical error. That's so insane. Reg- the prosecutor literally said, regardless of her innocence, like how can you even say that, right? Isn't the whole point of
Yeah.
convicting someone to death? Like,
Yeah.
what? And they're only asking not a full pardon. They're only asking for not killing her. She's still gonna have to serve life sentence
Hmm.
if they don't kill her. Like, that's so insane to me. That
Well, yeah, there's like cases of people getting released after 40 years because it was a fake DNA or like a bullshit conviction, like all sorts of
yeah,
things. So like
yeah. I mean,
that stuff is
justice system, let's
ridiculous.
go.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, we can talk about the the actor
Oh yeah,
Jussie
let me pull this
Smollett.
up. Good
Who has
old Jesse Juicy. How do you fucking say this shit?
well, Dave Chappelle calls him Juicy Smouye.
Juicy
He's a
Smollett.
yeah, yeah.
Sentenced to jail probation for lying to police in a staged hate crime. Emotional day of
That's
testimony on both sides. 150 days in jail. Only 150 days. Now, wasn't he
mhm.
going to like lie about who did it and get them convicted?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I
150
think the
days for
story will
that.
go.
This is not
Yeah,
long enough, right? Like
yeah. And
120 grand in fines or restitution, $25,000 in fines, 30 months of probation. I mean, hired people to help him stage an attack, extreme premeditation. I mean, like, what? How does he
yeah,
only get like 6 months for this? I guess he's famous and rich, right?
I think 6 months is actually way more than I expected.
Really?
I thought he was
But he
gonna
was
get
gonna
off with just
frame people, man. He was like
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so fucked up.
Yeah, I know. And the judge was pretty like he was pretty mad. The judge was pretty mad about it. And then like I watched
Yeah,
the trial. Like he was like the most recent trial was just a sentencing trial, so
yeah.
it wasn't the actual trial. And I watched the actual trial. He was like lying out his ass. They went to the hardware store to buy the stuff that
Mm-hmm.
they were going to fake the whole thing, and they hired them. Like he knew the two guys already. I think the story went like this. He didn't point out anyone yet. Like he
Mm-hmm.
didn't frame anyone yet, but he was going to. The people, the police told, the police suspected him of faking the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the police asked him to go down to the station to identify the suspect in the
Yeah.
lineup. And I think before he went, I think his accomplice basically confessed or
Oh, I
just
see. I see.
decided to cooperate. So he didn't do it. He didn't point anyone. He didn't frame anyone. But I think he was going to. I
Sure.
think that was the assumption that people are having that he was going down to the police station. I think he agreed to go down the station, but I think before he got to and the
Yeah.
two guys cooperated
Damn, I wish
and
I
they
could have
were like,
waited
"Oh,
longer so that this guy could have got pinned for more shit.
yeah,
His
just
grandmother's saying, don't send him. Like, look, I understand loving your family or whatever the fuck. But what do you
mhm."
mean I ask you not to send him to prison? Well, like, who are you? Why does
There's
your
a
opinion
lot
even
of
matter?
prominent people that asked not to sentence him. It's
Sure,
so
his brother.
insane.
He's not a threat of. He's not a threat to people. He's completely innocent. What are you talking about?
Mhm. And there's also a lot of
Fucking
people coming
delusional
out.
maniacs.
There's actresses and actor. Um, they're coming out and saying that they're basically using another reason. Like he is guilty. They're saying, "Oh, you're jailing him because he's black." But no. Like I think it's unfair to people who are actually discriminated against.
Dude,
There's
this
plenty of
shit
black people.
causes so many problems.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes life harder for everybody who's being discriminated against.
Yeah, people are actually facing discrimination because or racism just
Yeah,
are probably mad at him because he is faking it, and then
yeah,
you're coming out and using the same reason that other people are having, like, but the problem is real and his is not. He's trying to
yeah,
fabricate the whole thing,
yeah.
and
And then
I think
to
it
top
just
it all
hurts the
off,
real victims.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course. And to top it all off, you know, at the end, he starts having his like weird fucking, I'm not
yeah. I'm not.
suicidal.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna kill myself. Dude, nobody cares about you, bro. Who's gonna kill you for
yeah,
this? Like, you're not important. Nobody cares, man.
yeah. But he wants to just. He
He just
wants to
wants
be
attention. He's such
famous.
a fucking loser, man.
Yeah, and he's hurting the people saying he's trying to
Yeah.
protect. He's hurting them so so bad.
Dude, just to
He's
put it in
ruining.
perspective, this person got more hurt than he did.
Oh yeah, for
These
sure.
Twitter comments.
This girl.
Yeah, cosplaying while black, zany face. You're not white, though. She ain't black. Good cosplay. But something seems a little off. Hey man, no need for the passive aggression. Your
This
skin
is
is too dark. This one's like, it's so direct. I
like
feared
what?
cosplaying anime characters forever because I didn't want to deal with this. This shit is rampant. My favorite is when people say you're not white enough when the characters are literally Asian. Just say you hate dark-skinned people and catch this blog. Okay, I was with you up until this. You know,
And catch. I can see and catch one.
would you say?
Oh, okay. No, no. I was just trying to read the. Okay, yeah, I have the full screen now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she just says that apparently it means you hate dark-skinned people, which, you know, I don't agree with either side. So like, what do you think about? Let's take it away from race from it for a second. What do you think about
Hmm.
cosplays that are inaccurate?
I think it's fine.
Right?
I'm okay with
It's no
it.
big deal. Now, what about people
Yeah.
who are like super into this, like, I guess you call it a culture? I mean, have you seen the anime, My Dress Up Darling or whatever the fuck?
Yes. Yes.
So it's like when you take people that are super into the culture,
Uh huh.
is it okay for them to be like upset? Like, let's not say like, oh, you're black and white, but like, let's say you're not tall like this character is, or you know, you're not.
I think as long as they're not making fun of it, I think you shouldn't be upset.
Yeah,
Like they're not attacking or laughing at you
yeah.
or attacking the culture
Oh
or
yeah, like if
attacking
I
it.
intentionally wear like a really ugly like furry outfit and then go to a
Yeah.
convention and like bully them, then yeah, it's like you're being a piece of shit. But yeah, it's like, well, why do you care if the cosplay isn't accurate?
Yeah, I think you put a lot of effort into it. And just
Yeah,
because the skin doesn't match and
yeah.
the character
Okay,
is
now a
fictional.
lot of
Come
effort.
on.
I don't know if this is a lot of effort, but
I
you
mean,
know,
I guess, but
okay.
at least you put in some effort.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine to cosplay whatever you want. Whether like even if I wanted to cosplay this, it's fine. Like, you know, I look
Yeah.
nothing like it at all. That's fine. Like, just
Yeah.
do whatever you like.
I
But yeah,
think
I
people
also don't think this
are
means that
just racist.
they hate black people. Like,
I think they are racist.
you do
Like
think
the
so?
people attacking. Yep,
Oh,
I think
really?
they are because I do think they're attacking her because she's black.
So if somebody was fat, do you not think these same comments will come up if they cosplay a skinny character?
I think less. I
Mm,
think there still will be. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay.
for sure. People hate all the time. People hate for no reason.
Sure,
But I
sure.
think they're attacking her this time just because
Because
she's
she is dark
black.
skin. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought she was going too far with this, but that's interesting that you agree.
No, I do think they're hating on her because she's black.
Sure.
So the character is Asian, but if a white person wears this same cosplay with the same hairstyle, I doubt anyone will comment
Mm,
about their skin color.
mm-hmm.
I think they really do just hate her for being black, and I think that's just
Now,
plain
is
racist.
she well known or famous for other things or what?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't worry
Just
about that.
saw this tweet.
We'll just go
And I
through all
think,
these are the news stories of the week.
yeah,
White
or
House is
2 weeks,
briefing
2 weeks.
TikTok stars. Yeah, of 2 weeks about the war in Ukraine. So this is an interesting one. I guess they're working on their propaganda campaign, huh?
I think so.
30 top TikTok stars gathered on a Zoom call to receive key information about the war in Ukraine. Now, what do you think they needed to tell them? Can't they just be like,
Read the news.
yeah, like open your eyes, bro. Like the war is real, you know. Do you think they're
Yeah,
paying
but I
them?
think they want to reach younger
Yeah, yeah,
audience,
yeah. Do you think
and
they're paying them or compensating them in some way?
no, but I think probably not. But I think the reason is these people are probably not going to touch sensitive subject, right? Because like they want
Yeah.
to appease advertisers, they want to sell their influence. So
So it's
war
like a
is
way for
a
them to get more famous, you think? So that's why they agreed to do it.
no. I think war is a controversial topic, even though
Mm.
it shouldn't be. But I
Mm.
think it's too controversial for a lot of advertisers, and the famous people will try to avoid it.
Yeah.
But I think the 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 government sees this as a huge opportunity to, like, I guess you can say educate, but not really
Well, yeah, I think
educate.
it's
But
fine, right? Like after the call, several
yeah.
influencers commented that they felt more empowered to debunk misinformation. And,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
good to give them some
But it's
confidence. Like, hey,
still propaganda, right? Like
well, yeah,
you're
is
still
is it
spreading
propaganda if it's
information.
true?
I'm pretty sure it is,
Like
right?
when I talk about I should leave
But
this for future
it's
podcasts.
your side of the view, right? You're not like Ukrainian side of the view
Yeah.
are not going to be. Is it gonna be true?
Well, it's like let's say we talk
Probably,
about
yeah, but
history.
probably not all the time.
Yeah, but like let's say we talk about history. Like, is it
Mhm.
propaganda if I say like the Nazis were bad?
I don't know. I
Mm,
probably not. I
right?
don't know.
I mean, it
But
depends. I guess it's all
I mean, they are
perspective.
bad objectively, right?
Well, right,
So,
yeah.
but I think the
Uh,
way you frame it, I guess, is the problem, right?
yeah.
Like if you
TikTok.
frame it from, you said, oh, the U.S. won World War II, but the Russian will say the Russia won the World War
Yeah,
II. But
yeah.
in reality, without the Russians, we probably wouldn't have won, right? And
Well, yeah. Well, I
but
mean, Germany did it to themselves. That's a
yeah,
whole other
but the thing is,
conversation.
yeah, but yeah, like most of the people will agree that Nazi Germany was the bad side. But
Yeah.
who are on the good side? The Russian people or the U.S.
Well,
Right?
from
But
my understanding is that Russia only fought Germany because Germany attacked Russia.
yeah, but they fought
So
back, and then
yeah, but does that make
took out.
Russia a good side of the?
But they fought with the U.S.
Yeah, but they
Right?
fought in self defense, right? Like,
Sure, but I mean,
oh, yeah,
without them, you probably wouldn't have won, right?
yeah, yeah.
And they also did a lot of bad shit. The Russian people did a lot of horrible
What do you mean?
shit.
Stalin
Like
was a good guy, man.
they did horrible shit to
People
German
don't need
people
food
after
to
they won the
live.
war.
Oh yeah.
And there's account of like so many murder and rape of
Mm-hmm.
civilians after they won the war.
Hey,
And I'm
sound
pretty sure the
familiar?
US did too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sound
it's
familiar?
insane. Yeah.
Chechnya, Germany, Ukraine.
Yeah. And
Uh, TikTok's gonna label state-controlled media on its platform.
uh-huh.
It's interesting. I wonder how they determine that. Like, sometimes these things sound good on paper,
Hmm.
but then certain people might think, okay, now I know whenever anything is state-controlled. But then propaganda that isn't labeled will become like more effective because you won't
Yeah,
even.
that's why you try to, you know, groom like influencers
Yeah.
to become your mouthpiece because you cannot use your own state media.
Mhm. Donald
That's
Trump often engaged online creators, internet figures. Full Send podcast. Hey, the fuck? We gotta get Trump on here.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
What do you mean, dude? I love Trump.
You do.
Okay, so that's
Well,
interesting. I think it's useful, and
I think it's kind of slippery slope, but I'm okay with it. I don't use TikTok, and I'm
well,
pretty
well, yeah, it's
aware.
like, but it's not like you're forcing them, right? It's not like the
Yeah, but the
government's
young
like,
the young audience are using it, right? Their audience are young people, young kids, and they're being influenced by political,
Yeah, but I mean, they're not forcing the creators to do it.
I
So there's
guess.
no slippery slope because the creator is the one in control. Like if I was one of those people invited, I could be like, nah, fuck you. Like I'm just gonna make the content I want. What are they gonna do?
Hmm. But what if they start paying then, right?
Well, yeah, then you get into but again, like a sponsor is a sponsor, right? Like it's still it's
Yeah, but
your
then you
obligation.
become state sponsored mouthpiece,
Yeah, but whether you're
right?
sponsored by the state or a company or like Raycons, I mean, does it really
Uh-huh.
matter? Like it's
I
your
guess,
decision
but
to
I
spread the
am not.
propaganda or not.
I'm not a big fan of it, but yeah, that's just me. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of this. Yeah,
Well, I don't think the government should be getting involved in too many things at all. But at the same
yeah,
time,
yeah.
I do think education is one of them. And if their prerogative is to be like, hey, can you talk about the war and like explain what's going on to people? Then I think that's fine because I think that falls under educational purposes, which I do think the government should have influence over education.
Yeah, they
Not
do, right?
they shouldn't
They
be able
vote
to
on that
control
too.
what we learn about, but they should be motivating education as a whole.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Facebook
Yeah,
and
I'm just not.
Instagram allowing calls for violence against Russians.
I don't know about that. I'm
You're
not.
allowed to say
I'm
that
not.
you want Putin to be dead or Lukashenko. Oh, cool. What
Yeah,
about what's the Chechen guy's name? Kardiov?
I'm not sure.
Kadriov? Temporary
I
change in
don't know
hate
about
speech
that.
policy allows Facebook and Instagram users in some countries to call for so we can't do it.
Uh,
Oh, you have to be in Russia, Ukraine, or Poland. Okay, I'm moving to Poland.
just to say you want
Yeah, yeah.
him to die.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. As a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we have temporarily made allowances for forms of political expression that would normally violate our rules, like violent speech, such as death to the Russian invaders. We won't allow
Hmm.
credible calls for violence against Russian civilians. That is so weird.
Yeah, I feel like you're just making exceptions, right? Like what?
Well, I think it's fine to do. I think it's very weird that they've said it out loud.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's fine. Like,
But
let's
you can
say,
just not enforce a
yeah, yeah.
rule,
Well,
right?
yeah.
Like
Let's say
whether
you're
it.
reviewing content, and then you see like a Ukrainian civilian say like, my family just got killed. I'm gonna fucking do that, and then it's like you just don't ban
Yeah,
them because you
ignores
understand the
them.
situation. But to go out of your way and be like, yeah, if you're Ukrainian, Russian, or Polish, you can all talk about killing each other.
Yeah, I think it's weird, and then it just incites more like violent language. I can understand if you just secretly not enforce a rule.
Also,
And
something here is very fucked up because you're allowed to wish death to Belarusian President Lukashenko, but you're not allowed to be in Belarus for these comments. Only Russian, Ukraine, or Poland. Damn, Belarusians got fucked.
yeah,
US was using Ukraine to destabilize Russia. Changed my mind. Oh, what do you think about this take?
that's I mean, I'm not a
Come on, Twitter takes are good, man.
geopolitical expert,
Oh, I
but
see,
I
I
don't
see.
think that's true.
Okay.
I don't agree.
What else we got here? Man who received historic pig heart transplant
Oh my
died.
god, this is so sad.
That is sad.
Yeah,
But on the bright side, I mean, this sort of research and operations are very useful for us,
yeah,
right? And he
yeah.
survived like what, like 2 or 3 months? I mean, that's not bad.
I think so. And he wasn't the healthiest from the start
Well, yeah, it
because
was like a last effort. It's like
yeah, he
we
can't
cannot
get
help
a
you. Yeah,
yeah, he can't get a human heart
yeah,
because he's not healthy enough, and
yeah, yeah.
just you have to prioritize someone who has a higher chance.
41,000
And
transplants were performed last year, 3,800 heart transplants. More than 106,000 people are on the waiting list. Oh my God.
yeah, would you get a pig heart for 2 more months?
Oh, of course. I mean, I wonder, like, I wonder if it talks about. I don't think it talked about how he felt about it at all. Like how
I
he
wonder if
felt
they.
day to day, right?
Okay, yeah,
Because I'm curious, like, was it just constant pain? Was there like some weird discomfort? Do you feel like, if you're like high altitudes or something,
yeah.
you
I
just kind of
doubt
feel
that that's
shitty.
his son, so I think he probably wasn't exactly in good health.
Yeah. But I mean, it would
Just
be cool to try. Like, I mean, even if I was the test subject, it would still be cool to try.
yeah.
And
Do you
again,
want
like
to
you're
eat
advancing
the
science.
meat afterwards? Like, you know how they have to they
Oh,
have to
eat
kill
the
the
pig?
pig, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
eat
I
the
should.
pork.
That way, the
That,
entire pig, if I put the whole pig in my body, it's less likely to reject the heart, yeah.
I don't know. I'm
That
not a
seems reasonable.
doctor. Yeah, yeah.
What else we got here? Financial literacy and money management are ploys to get people to blame themselves for poverty instead of the companies that exploit them. Okay, what do you think about this, man?
I think that's a very stupid take. Like, I
Hmm,
agree that company are exploiting workers, and
true.
I agree that
Yeah,
rich people are abusing basically just lower class people.
yeah,
But I think financial literacy and money management is very important.
yeah. So what she's
Like,
saying is, fuck you. I don't want to think about my money. It's your fault I'm poor. But how is thinking about your money?
I think they're she's trying to say I'm poor not because I don't know how to manage money, but because you're not paying me enough. But I
Yeah,
think people not paying you enough is only part of the reason, and you're trying to brush off the very important part too, where the financial literacy, because
yeah,
you realize how that's not in our education system. That's designed to put people in, like, keep people in their social class or
yeah.
like
I
financial
mean,
class, and that's yeah,
people are very bad with their money. Now, in all
yeah,
fairness, not to be toxic to Illy, but I'm envisioning that she spent a lot of money on alcohol or smokes or pizza and then complained about being poor and then somebody roasted her and then she made this tweet.
I think one thing that failed like young people is
Hmm.
a very big part of the student loan crisis is because people are not financially literate and
Yeah.
they just took out hundreds of thousands of
$100,000 alone
loans
for some shit degree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and insane amount of interest, and you cannot
You can't
claim
get bankrupt out of
bankruptcy.
it. Yeah.
And that's part of a big part of financial literacy. If you ask everybody with like a huge amount of student loan, if
Hmm.
they would do it again, I guarantee you at least half, if not more,
Oh, yeah,
would say
definitely. I
no.
think more than that for sure.
Yeah, and they don't teach you that in high school. They just
Yeah.
let you borrow that amount of money at 18. What?
Hmm.
And how is that not a big problem? How is
Especially
that not
people who
a
get bachelors because bachelors are like
yeah?
kind of worthless. Like,
And that's not a ploy. That's just mm,
I mean,
it
it's
is a
just true,
ploy.
right? It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're getting abused. Like, I understand, like, you're struggling, you're poor, and it's not really your fault in every
yeah,
way. But at the same time, I know plenty of people who don't have the money that spend money on shit that they don't need, that they can't afford. They go on vacation. Like, they finally save $1,000, they spend it on vacation.
yeah,
And it's just like, I can't feel sympathy for you to that extent. I feel sympathy for you, but not to the extent that you want me to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think
Especially people
she's
that
playing
smoke.
right into their hands too. Like the people that want to keep people poor, they want to
Hmm.
keep people like from moving up their social class.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell you to blame, like, oh, just it's because people are not paying you enough, and but instead
Yeah.
what they're
Well,
truly doing is not teaching you how to
yeah,
just
because there are ways.
finance.
There are ways. Most people are capable of like saving enough money and they could have bought Microsoft stock. You take
Yeah.
the entire previous generation or two,
Mhm.
if any of them had saved a bit of money and bought tech stocks,
Yeah, yeah.
like there's so much
Y-
money to be made for the average person.
there's so much financial advice out there
Yeah.
that's pretty great, and some are dog shit for sure. And
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
you can
Yeah.
vet them yourself, right? And like
Buy
I
GameStop.
think yeah, yeah, there's a lot of investment tips, at least like just common ones, not like very detailed ones that they can just tell you. And there's a lot of tools that you can do it yourself, right?
Well, yeah,
Like
like I mean, you just buy ETFs. Like, just go buy the index fund for all the companies. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah. And there's calculators out there, and then you can use historical numbers to see. Like,
Yeah.
sure, you can't predict the future, but you can see like
Well, the
how
consistency
it
of certain
works.
investments and whatnot,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And if you don't want to do any of that, you can pay a bit extra to have somebody else do it for you. Like, I mean,
yeah.
it's really very easy. People just hate not spending their money immediately.
People hate taking responsibility.
Dude, I'm
They
fucking
want to blame
poor.
someone else.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I'm poor, but I've made some money playing cards. And then it's like
Mhm,
when I say like, like I have like 5 grand or 10 grand or something, people are like,
mhm.
whoa. It's like that's fucking nothing. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, how do you
Yeah,
not save? Like you have income. Why are you
yeah.
spending every penny you make? Why don't you keep some of it for something?
And they're always broke, and they don't
Yeah.
want to find out why, and they just want to find a reason to blame. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the wage is good. The wage is shit for sure.
Oh
Like
yeah,
people are not
definitely.
paying enough, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. This
you're
doesn't apply to everybody.
increasing the
Some people
problem.
really don't have a
Yeah,
penny to spare.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
somebody that's complaining about financial literacy on Twitter probably has a penny or two to spare.
Yeah, I think sure the wage and the workers' rights, workers,
Oh yeah.
just everything is pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Like the thing, but I think financial literacy is very important in my opinion,
Oh,
and
for sure.
they're not
100%.
taught in school on purpose just to keep people
Yeah.
not informed,
The idea
and I
that like
think that's a
taxes and spending and like I mean,
interest.
something I do like passively, like, like I shop at like a couple different
Mhm.
stores and I kind of just buy the shit that's like cheaper amongst the few store, like just like naturally saving money.
Yeah, yeah. I
And it's
think
like
the
how
schools.
much money have I saved over my lifetime of doing that?
Yeah,
Like it adds up.
I feel like school should definitely teach you
Oh yeah.
how to like use like investment as your advantage, right? And then
Yeah.
like how to use your 401
Yeah.
IR oh, what's a RSP, right? In
Yeah.
the Canadian one,
RRSP. Yeah.
like
401k. I mean, all
and
these
how you
things.
use them to you can even use those account to play stocks, right? And then
Yeah.
like like there's so much
Yeah. I mean, there's like large
financial
scale
advice that
investment
they
stuff,
should
like
tell
you're
you.
saying. There's day to day stuff, like
Yeah.
buy a freezer and buy things when they're on sale and put it in the freezer. Like it'll pay
Yeah,
for
and
itself.
when Canadian government decide to stop using the penny, there's also another. See, this is what our teacher taught us the other
Mm,
day, right? Like when I was in high school, that's when they removed the penny. I think
yeah,
when you pay, when it's under 3 cents, that they
it rounds down.
uh, yeah it rounds down, right?
Mm,
But if it runs up, let's say it's 3 cents, right? It runs up to 5 cents,
yeah.
right? If you pay with a card, it will cost you only 3 cents instead of five
Mm,
cents. But if you pay cash, it'll be 5 cents. Then you
oh,
lose 2 cents,
so
right?
so
Like
whenever it's 2 or 1, you pay
yeah, yeah,
cash.
yeah, yeah. You pay
Oh
cash, right?
fuck, dude. Oh,
And
that's a
yeah,
fucking strat. That's a hidden
see
strat.
that. Yeah, you think about you're only
Mm,
saving
mm.
like pennies, right?
Hey,
But
hey man,
I
those
think
pennies add up.
people complaining about gas prices, like it's like what's the difference is not that big, and then it adds up, and then
Yeah.
you realize like, oh, it actually a lot. Like how many times you shop a day, and then
Mm,
like there's a lot of stuff that you can save, and they don't teach you any of those in school.
yeah.
And I think it's
Well, yeah. Like
they do that on purpose.
people make fun
Yeah,
of classes like home ec and shit like that. But it's
yeah,
like learning how to cook and clean. That shit's gonna make you way happier in life than all
yeah,
this
yeah,
other
yeah.
shit you're learning, dude. Being able to cook myself is like a great fucking talent. Like apparently, it
Yeah.
saves me so much money and time. It makes me way healthier. I get to enjoy my food more. I get to eat what I want more. Like it's just so
Mhm.
good. It's so fucking good. I'm not
Yeah,
even a good cook. Like I mean, I'm just like okay. Like I'm okay.
I
It's
for
not that
sure, for
hard.
sure.
Yeah.
It's a skill that's relatively easy to pick up,
Yeah, of
and
course. And then you can get better at it all the time. And if you
something
don't
important
enjoy it,
too.
then like learn how to just roast things in the oven. Like earlier I put like some
Yeah,
hamburgers and like potatoes in the oven because I was like gonna shower and do some other shit.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like that's still
You cannot
cooking.
fuck up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Like the first thing I learned to cook, how to cook is to use an oven. You
Yeah,
cannot fuck up
it's easy
using
as
oven.
fuck.
Yeah, it's so hard to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like you
You
put
have to pick the
chicken
wrong
in
temperature or
there,
like forget to check it or something. Like
you
it's
put wrong temperature to make it to kill the food. Like you have to
yeah.
put it in there for so
Yeah,
long that
you
you
have to leave it
forgot.
for like
Maybe you
an
fell
extra
asleep.
hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so hard to fuck up. And
Hmm.
then you just have to know how to season, and then that just takes practice,
Yeah.
right? Just
And even with that,
you
it's
do
like
it
you can
more.
just start with salt and pepper.
Mhm.
It's not that
Right.
hard. Like you can just look at the weight. I mean, if you're really worried, you can start weighing things and then
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
to
yeah.
use like 1% salt by weight or whatever.
Or
Like, I
just
mean,
follow recipes, right?
yeah, well, yeah, of course. Like, I mean, there's so many,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
again, these last 10 or 20 years where you don't have to go buy a book. You
Mhm,
just
mhm.
Google, how to roast chicken and you'll
Yep.
get 100 people telling you how to do it in different ways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
And I
crazy.
think especially in North America, food like restaurants are so expensive compared to cooking it yourself.
Yes.
Here,
Yes, like
it's
three
a
to
lot
four
less.
times what you would,
Yeah.
maybe even more in
Here,
some cases.
like over here, it's a lot closer.
Yeah.
So a lot of people still eat out. And
Yeah.
I understand it's saving time, saving just
Well, yeah,
like
with those
having to
street
clean
vendors,
dishes.
yeah, with those street vendors
Yeah.
and shit, it's like if I'm paying like 50% more or something, like, I mean, that's not too big of a deal. But when you're paying like
Yeah.
300% more, 400% more, again,
Yeah,
especially if
yeah,
you're
for
poor,
sure. Yeah.
like, you should not be doing that. You should not be buying anything that's like prepackaged. You should not be eating out. You should buy basic foods and learn
Like
how to cook them in a
you
way that you
can eat
like.
out, but just not every day, I
Well, yeah,
think.
of
And
course. Well, I mean, again, it depends on how poor you are, right? Because, like, some people are, like, living paycheck to
mhm.
paycheck. You should
But
never eat out. Like, I get that it sucks, and you still want to enjoy things, but you should enjoy
yeah.
things in a way where you're buying something nice. You're
But
buying,
there's
like,
also
better
another
meat or
trap, right?
something.
In the US, there's also another trap, right? It's
Hmm.
like horrible fast food are very cheap in North America. Like McDonald's
Uh,
or like
I won't agree
gas
with that
station
take.
food.
I will
I
disagree
think
with that take, because
I
per
think
calorie, it's not.
mhm.
The food as a price, as, like, a meal is cheap, but if you're, like, trying to get calories in your body, then rice is cheaper
I
than
think
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think just buying like flavorful food, just even cooking yourself, like if you want to cook decent meals,
Sure.
it's I would say it's comparable to McDonald's, and it's way faster to buy McDonald's.
It's faster, but like buying rice, like eating like rice and eggs
Yeah,
and
yeah, but I mean, if
beans.
you're buying like steak or you're buying like chicken, like I think the price is quite comparable to
Yeah, but
McDonald's is
in that
very
case, the
cheap, right? There's
quality of
dollar
your
menu.
food, like the quality and nutritional value of your food
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
worse.
yeah, for sure. No, no, no. That's why I think that's a big problem because the food is garbage. Right? It's trash food, fast food,
Sure.
right? Like there's dollar menu, so it's definitely a lot, like
Yeah.
comparable to cooking yourself. So, and that will that's why a lot of North American people are eating
Well, they're just
like just
fucking
fast
lazy,
food.
man.
I guess, yeah, but it's
I mean,
also
when you really add it all together, if you're like spending extra gas and time in line and stuff, like, is it even really that much faster
yeah,
or
but you have
anything?
to
Like,
think, right? You have to think, right? These parents may have to work, and their kids will, like, they don't have time to cook for their
don't have
kids, and
time.
then they'll just buy the McDonald's. Like they freeze, like the dog. I like
These
this happened to me.
motherfuckers are watching
Yeah,
reality TV and fucking Tiger King and shit. They got time to cook, dude.
I mean,
Fuck them.
not everybody. I think
Everyone has
some
time
people
to
are.
cook and work out. I feel no sympathy.
Yeah, yeah. They just yeah. A lot of people
If
working
you if
like
you really
so many
want to,
jobs.
if you
Huh?
really are the most stressed and like
Uh-huh.
strapped for time, you can buy a slow cooker and you can make a stew without even being there every day. And it takes zero
Yes.
time. It takes maybe 5 minutes to put the shit in there.
Yeah, but McDonald's is so faster.
Not really. Going to McDonald's multiple times will take longer than putting that shit in the
You
slow
know what my
cooker.
friends did? I don't think I can see where you're coming from, but
Hmm.
you'll start to see where they come from, right?
Sure.
I think like my friends when they're poor, their parents used to buy a lot of dollar menu items and
Sure.
they put it in the freezer. And then since they both their parents have well, she was a single parent.
Hmm.
She has to work two jobs. So she
Hmm.
come home too late. So the kids will have to just make their own meal. And they don't know how to cook. They're too young.
Hmm.
I I think they're like 10 or
Yeah,
11 or
but she could
something.
buy a pack of ground
But
beef.
and then she they basically microwave those
Yeah, but she could buy her
burgers.
a pack of ground beef and like make a pot of rice and have the exact same thing for cheaper, and it's healthier.
Yeah, but you can't do that every day. I think,
Of
like,
course you can, man. That shit takes no time at all.
I
You could
think
just
you have to
you can turn
sympathize,
on the stove,
right?
put the ground beef in the pot, and go AFK, and then it'll be cooked like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later.
I
It
think you
takes
have
no
to.
effort, man.
I think that's for you. I think you don't do anything, right? Like, they have to work like 2, 3 jobs, and then they have to look after their
Yeah,
kids,
but you can
right?
do that and then shower and then take it off the stove when you're done showering. Like if you want to min max, you
Yeah,
can.
but a lot of people
I
are
don't have any
tired.
sympathy. And also,
You
poor
see,
people shouldn't be
I
having kids.
sympathize.
You want the hot take? Poor people shouldn't be having kids.
That I agree.
So fuck them. It's already their
Kids,
fault.
I agree. People should not have kids when they cannot afford it. Even they
Yeah.
can afford it, they shouldn't have kids anyway because
Also, I think
they're
feeding your kids horrible, unhealthy food that gives them coronary disease should be considered child abuse. So that'll be
that I
my second
agree
hot
as
take.
well.
So
That
fuck
I
these
agree
people.
as well.
Cook some fucking rice and fucking beef, you lazy fucking piece of shit.
That's innate
Okay.
people for you, but I mean, Asian families usually do cook.
Yeah, well, as
And
they should.
oh yeah, speaking of that, dude, you know, I had they have a speaking of McDonald's,
Mm.
I ordered McDonald's the other day.
Oh.
They have a chicken Big Mac here. Like, let me show you a
Mm.
picture. Um, it's it's basically Big Mac but with chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Take a look at this new menu item that Peter discovered.
I think it's I had it. It was okay. It wasn't great. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, when I eat out, I always get chicken versions now, just
oh
because
my
they're
god,
like
my
slightly
screenshot
healthier
is
and shit.
not working. What the fuck happened? Give me a
Stop baiting
second.
me, man. You're making me
Why is it
hungry.
not? I don't know why my. Oh, there we go. There we go. Whew. It's in Discord. Uh, there's a little ad. I don't know if you can see the ad.
New. Oh, it's a double.
Uh,
Nice, nice. Wait, so you
you
tried
want to see
this?
the ad? I don't
Sure.
know. Uh,
How was it?
it was okay. It was just basically McChicken. It's not called McChicken.
Isn't
Actually, I
it?
think it's called McChicken.
Yeah, yeah.
I put two patties.
Mm.
The sauce is okay. It wasn't that great. I don't. It's really loud. You should lower the volume.
全新香鸡大麦克，双层酥脆，微酸提味，浓郁
What's he
香气，
saying? Translate, man.
多层大
It's
满
basically
足。
Big Mac sauce, right? You
全
know
新
how
香
the
鸡大
secret
麦
Mm-mm.
克，
sauce or
限
something,
定
yeah,
登场
and like chicken.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and yeah, they come up with random shit all the time
Oh,
here,
yeah.
the McDonald's here,
Mm.
and I usually get them, and
I
usually
like
they're
trying the
pretty
new shit
bad.
when it comes out. Advertising for food works on me 100%.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Did you try the Beyond Burgers? There's so many
No.
Beyond Burgers.
No, I've heard they're okay, though.
They're pretty good,
Yeah.
and the price is okay, at least
Mm.
in Tim Hortons.
Mm-hmm.
I tried a couple of places. I tried the Tim Hortons one. I tried the Burger King one. I tried the
What are the
uh,
macros on those? Are they all made of like carbs or what?
I'm not sure. I
Are
think
they
they
made
use
with like
like
plant proteins? Like,
protein. Yeah, I think they're using plant-based.
mm,
The spices are pretty heavy. Like the
well, obviously, you gotta fucking hide the shit taste of the
yeah.
fucking plant.
You know what's my favorite
Mm.
of those advertising food? Like the gimmick food? I think it's Shake Shack. Maybe I think it's Shake Shack. They have
Mm.
a mushroom burger. When I was at airport and I went outside to buy
Yeah.
the because I when I transferred from San Francisco, I got to go outside.
Sure.
They have the mushroom burger. I think with cheese. I don't know what mushroom they have. It's actually so good.
Like mushroom and meat, or like only mushroom?
No, just mushroom, like
Oh.
a very big one mushroom, like a
Oh
big one.
fuck.
Like let me find
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It's like their vegetarian option or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like fried with like cheese. It's so good. Like it's actually so good. But it's quite expensive. Like one thing I like about US fast food is they're so cheap. But the burger I had, the shroom burger, it was so
Shroom burger.
expensive. Yeah,
Did it have
it
a
was.
name?
I think it was
I've
called
never even
shroom
heard
burger.
of that though. So did it like
So
not
when I
catch on,
ordered
or
it,
what the fuck happened?
well, there's no shroom burger in Canada. There's no Shake Shack in Canada, I think.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I watch people like food review and stuff. I've never even
Oh
seen
look,
anybody talk about it.
there's a blog here. Let me see.
Come on, man, you're delaying the hot take.
Huh?
The hottest take of the day.
Let me see. Oh, this guy's not eating it that fast. Let's see. But I think it's one of the better fast food burger I ate.
Oh yeah.
That's supposed to be healthy, right?
Well, I don't
I
know
don't
if
know
I'd
if
go
it's
that
healthy.
far, but
They were advertising it. This is what they look like, and there's like a cheese in there when you ate here.
Mmm,
That's how it looks.
it does look good. Don't know if I'd
Yeah.
say deep fried mushrooms healthy, but you know.
It's probably not healthy, but it's not me, right? And there's like a lot of cheese. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the like the stuff they put on the menu, like the special thing.
Oh yeah.
Like I tried a lot of those, right? I basically every menu item on Tim Hortons, I tried it, and maybe even Burger King. A lot of time I would try it.
Yeah.
KFC as well.
I mean,
I
I like
tried the
trying
KFC
everything. Yeah, for sure.
fried chicken burger or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Popeyes burger as well.
Yeah.
I think they're okay. My favorite chicken sandwich is still what's the one that opened Chick-fil-A.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
that's still my favorite chicken
Popeyes is my
sandwich.
favorite.
I'm okay with Popeyes.
I love the fucking
I
Popeyes
will
one.
order like just chicken pieces in Popeyes
Fuck
at
that shit,
Popeyes.
man. Fuck Popeye's chicken, man. But their chicken sandwich, that shit's real good.
Really? I like their Sunday special, the small
Nah,
chicken
nah,
sandwich.
nah,
You know
nah.
what I'm
See,
talking
I
about?
understand why Americans were like shooting each other over this chicken sandwich, because that
Really?
shit is fucking real good.
I like the sauce for the Sunday special. You know what I'm talking about? The spicy chicken
Yeah,
sandwich,
yeah,
like the small
I've had
ones.
all those, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. Can you hear the ambulance?
No,
Okay. Yeah, but I like
you've been talking
the
about fast food too much. They're worried you're gonna have a heart attack.
yeah. I like the Sunday special where they have the small chicken sandwich
Mm,
with the spicy sauce. But the special one, the new one where it's just one chicken and one pickle or two pickle, that's like okay to me. I still enjoy their like actual chicken sandwich more, where they have actual chicken sandwich where with like lettuce, tomato.
terrible take, man. Terrible, terrible
Really?
take.
But just this chicken sandwich, I prefer Chick-fil-A. Like just
I mean,
chicken,
I think
pickle,
Chick-fil-A
and
is good
bread.
too, but the regular Popeyes over the pickle, whatever the fuck one, there's no fucking way. Also, I
Really?
hate tomato on burgers, so.
Ah,
I mean, I
yeah,
usually just
I'm
get it without
okay with
tomato anyway, but.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk
So,
about
yeah, well, this is the hottest take. You know, my take of fuck poor people is pretty hot, but this take is even
yeah.
hotter. In one way, Putin did us a favor. Historically, every president running for re-election during a war has won. So first of all, let's just address that part of it.
She's wrong.
Well, yeah, first of all, this hasn't happened yet.
The U.S. is not in the war with anybody yet.
Oh yeah, like
So,
the U.S. isn't in war. It doesn't necessarily apply. And even if we
yeah.
were in a war, it's not like a fact. It's not like.
I mean, she's using as like a record, right? Like, as a
Yeah,
matter
but
of
it's just like
history.
it's just like a stupid thing to
But
say. But like, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
but if we're following the history, then sure, Zelensky will be reelected
Well, yeah, of course.
because he's at war with Russia,
Yeah,
and he will get reelected. The U.S. is not at war with Russia,
yeah,
so Biden is not guaranteed. Even let's say, even though let's just say she's right, and we follow history, and the future will follow history as
yeah.
well. that every president will get reelected
Sure.
during war. Biden is not at war, right?
Yeah.
So like, what are you talking about?
Fuck you, I'm
And
serious. Anything that keeps Trump out of the White House, I embrace. So she's embracing Ukrainian genocide because Trump is worse than that. You know, hundreds of thousands of people being like
she's
displaced.
basically saying that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah.
Your lives, Ukrainians.
Like
You
she
don't
would
matter.
she would nuke Ukraine if Trump was there, basically.
Yeah,
Whiny
that's-
bitches clutching their pearls and trying to police my tone will be blocked. I don't even understand that whole, like, you're calling people whiny bitches and, like, basically saying that they're little pussies. But, okay. If Trump gets back in office, we'll have the casualties from war, which, again, you're saying that this is a favor. So you're basically saying that the war is good. But now, with this part of the take, you're saying the war is bad and irrelevant. And the genocide of LGBTQIA, and you said I is intersex, or you assume I is intersex and A is
I don't know. I'm
asexual.
just guessing it's intersex, right? I'm not
Intersex and
sure.
asexual, I think, are some good guesses.
Yeah.
The genocide of the, you know, Trump well known for genociding LGBT, right?
Hot take.
I mean, clearly, I mean, like, there's no way she's lying, right? I'm not fucking kidding. So fuck you, I'm serious. I'm not fucking kidding. When my father and my son both had cancer, that's very sad, I desperately clung to any bit of silver lining to get me through. It's how I process trauma, and I don't give a fuck what you think of my process. Okay, so first of all, are you processing trauma by clinging on to silver linings? No, that's not processing trauma, that's coping. You know, you're not handling your trauma, you're trying to survive it. And then when she says, I don't give a fuck what you think of my problem, it's like, dude, you don't want people's advice or help? Like, what do you mean you don't give a fuck? Like, why would you even take this stance? Like, this is basically fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. Like, I'm right. Listen to me. Like, how do you even get to this point in life where you don't want anybody's input about anything other than what you think? And if you feel that way, why are you even talking to other people? Why don't you just live in a bunker by yourself and just stay with your own thoughts?
These people are insane, I think. Like,
well, yeah, this is like totally crazy. I mean, I guess in her mind, maybe she's like trying to like convince people of something or something. But like, what, you're trying to convince people that the war in Ukraine is good? Is that your point? Like,
and
like,
I
what
think
do
she probably block all the people that disagree with her.
What?
Right. So
what I want to know is, what am I supposed to learn from this? That the war in Ukraine is a good thing because now Biden will be reelected. Is that your point?
I think she's trying to say the war is shit, but at least this is the good that comes out of it. She's trying to see the good side of the war, but there's no good side. People are dying. Innocent civilians are dying.
Yeah. In my psychoanalysis of this,
you're trying to justify this for Putin. Right?
Yeah. Well, in my psychoanalysis of this is somebody that is so desperate to take a jab at Trump and to express their hatred, and like so desperate for attention that they're segueing the war in Ukraine into this weird analogy where they're able to say Trump is genociding LGBT people. Like she's almost, it's like she's upset that the war in Ukraine is getting so much attention, and she's like, hey guys, look at me, LGBT people were genocided by Trump.
Yeah.
Which is just like, this is like, she could have just tweeted Trump genocided LGBT and then put hashtag Ukraine, and it would have had the same result. Like, why are you talking about Ukraine?
Relate something unrelated.
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous.
I think, yeah, it's quite insane.
That take has got to be worse than any of my takes that I'll ever make in my entire life. So
yeah, but
I'm free. I'm free now.
I don't know about that. She's justifying innocent Ukrainian dying, and you're justifying poor people dying.
No. I'm justifying poor people not being allowed to have kids.
Yeah.
Now, technically, since the kids are also poor, I'm actually fighting for poor people to not die, because less people will die if they don't exist.
Yeah, but
Pro-life, my friend.
Are you pro post-birth
I mean,
abortion?
I'm pro-Putin since, you know, Biden's
Okay.
gonna get reelected. Worth.
Ah,
That's worth, man.
is it?
What's a couple dead civilians? If as long as we don't have Trump in
Couple
office.
thousand.
No,
Couple
it's just a few,
thousand.
man. They're not killing.
They're killing
It's
so
a
many
special op. They're only
civilians.
killing Nazis, man.
They're killing people
Nazis are not
lining up for
civilians.
bread.
Yeah, that was bad.
They're killing so
I'm
many
surprised there's
people.
no video of that. Maybe it'll come out after.
Whoa, I just got to see this title. Russian forces drop a massive bomb on the drama theater. I don't know the location's name. The English is hard.
Yeah, why do
Where
you think?
hundreds of civilians are hiding from war.
Why do you think they're doing that shit?
They're trying to bait other people going to the war against them so they can justify using nukes.
You think so?
Right?
But they're not gonna nuke anybody, man.
I don't know.
If he's gonna go crazy and nuke people, then he would just do it. You don't need a justification. We're all gonna die.
True.
Who are you trying to justify it to? The fucking ashes?
People, right?
You want the burning rubble of the world to remember that you were justified? Cool.
I guess.
I mean, maybe he's a psychopath. Okay, so those were all our hot takes and news stories. What else do I have written down here? Disney Plus was going to try to have ads in their thing. And like a lot of conversations about streaming services and stuff. So what's your take on these streaming services? Do you think they're good? As a product?
I used to think they're good. I used to think they're good.
Okay.
But I don't subscribe to any of them now. Well, I still have Prime Video because
I was gonna say Prime Video because of the whole Amazon package.
Yeah.
Pretty
I don't
good.
have Disney Plus. I don't have Netflix anymore.
Yeah. Netflix has a lot of catalog issues.
I
Disney
sailed the high
Plus
sea for those people.
Yeah,
Those
Disney
TV
Plus
shows.
is really good for kids and people who like those sorts of like, you know, and rewatching them. That's fine.
Yeah. They have a lot of like just their own stuff.
Yeah, and Netflix has come out with a few things that are worth watching. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's not really enough to keep you going.
Same problem with HBO.
Yeah, and HBO has some great fucking stuff over the years, but
yeah.
And then, you know, it's like, and then what? So
I'm not going to subscribe to like $10 a month just to watch one show.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
there's like 5 different subscription services.
Yeah. Well, it's like the only thing worth subscribing to is like Crunchyroll. Because there's a fucking million shows to watch and a ton of them are good.
And their players suck. Their video player sucks.
Yeah.
And their translation a lot of times also sucks.
Yeah, what's up with companies not being able to like you look at YouTube's back end for their video player and shit?
Yeah.
And you compare it to like it's like how can you not just copy it?
And not even that, like even the pirating site have better streaming services.
Oh yeah.
The players.
Yeah.
They have like 5 options.
Yeah.
And when I used to have Crunchyroll, like I think it was a free subscription during when I bought something. It's so garbage.
Yeah.
And they were using Flash Player when
oh my god, dude. Flash stuck around for so long. Flash was around for so long.
And then if I want to preload like a video, I would just download it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's such
garbage. Man, you would never download things illegally, right, Peter?
No way. I download things.
Totally legally. Oh, okay.
So you don't know if I did. Yeah, so
I understand.
But I'm just saying, like these subscription services, they're not worth it anymore when there's other than Disney Plus. But I don't have a kid, and I don't watch any of those old movies.
Yeah.
So I don't subscribe to any of them. And if they're gonna play ads, that's even worse. Like,
yeah. I can't believe that they're trying to do that.
Like Netflix has already upped their price like 3 times, and I just think these.
Well, that's the other thing is like with how poor everybody feels right now. these sorts of companies get a lot of flack when they raise prices.
Yeah.
And
every big
what can
company
they
is
do?
trying to jam ads everywhere. I saw a
Yeah.
news article just yesterday. I guess March 16, maybe 15. Microsoft is trying to put ads on File Finder in Windows 11.
Yeah, I read about that, and now the official Microsoft take is that that build was only supposed to be internal. Like
But they tried it, right?
the way they worded it was that apparently that would only be for, you know, their shit or something. But like, yeah, it seemed like a weird. I might be spouting fake news right now, but that's what I heard. That they were trying to say like, no.
I mean, they
No.
definitely gonna try to backpedal, right?
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like, who, like, you can't really believe anything they say.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
but there's
I feel
always,
like
on the
most
bright
companies
side, for people like me, there's always ways around it. But for the regular pleb, you know, they're stuck with that shit when it happens.
YouTube is shutting down YouTube Vanced.
YouTube what?
Vanced. Like,
What's that?
it's an app on your phone. Basically, makes YouTube way better. There's no ads. There's no. You can close the tab and then or
I guess they're shutting
play.
it down on the idea that it stole their name by using like YouTube in the name of the app or something.
It's basically bypassing their YouTube premium services.
Yeah, but they don't have the rights to shut down like ad blocker,
they're suing
for
them.
example.
So they basically say we'll sue you.
Yeah, but I think it's because they use the name. You know what I mean?
No. They're just called Vanced. They're not called YouTube Vanced, but that's what people call it. But they're called Vanced. But they're using basically YouTube, and then
yeah. So what grounds can you sue them on?
He's using their stuff. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure there is something that they're.
Well, that's interesting.
But even if they're not wrong, they can just sue you and then just bankrupt you. They're Google, basically.
Yeah.
Like they can just keep suing you till you bankrupt.
Yeah, that's something that I think will be something that actually changes sooner rather than later. Is like frivolous.
Rich people are powerful.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think that frivolous litigation and frivolous like DMCAs and stuff like that are getting so out of hand. And so many people are so fucking aware of them now that I do think there will be changes in the right direction where the legal system gets to a point where it's like, okay, dude, this is ridiculous. Yeah, like, this is ridiculous.
I think you're way more optimistic than me.
Yeah, about some things. I do think there are some things that it's very easy and reasonable for them to go well.
I think these big companies like Disney, they have so much power to lobby these laws.
Yeah, but dude, we don't live in Taiwan like you. Over here, we got freedom, man.
No, you don't.
We got freedom, bro. You jealous of American freedom?
Disney lobbied the copyright law, like, so they will have like basically.
Hey man, when you're under Chinese slave rule, just remember. America's land of the free. America's land of the free.
Yeah. And we're Canadians.
Oh, I'm American, dude. I'm American at heart.
Yeah. I'll be moving to Bolivia.
Oh,
that's where the true democracy and
that's where KYS was invented.
Ah, I see. That's a country of gamers, right?
Oh yeah, the gamers and gamer words.
Yeah, for sure.
I've heard a lot of gamer words from people from Bolivia.
Same. The person that we know that's from Bolivia. It's a very nice guy.
Oh yeah, nice guy. That's hey, don't spoil. That might be a word of the week one day.
Yeah. I mean, he taught me a lot of gamer words.
Oh yeah.
That I never knew existed. Yeah.
New revelations.
Yeah.
What else? Other than that, I only had Corona stuff written down.
Yeah.
Corona, Omicron 2.0, stealth variant, fucking super transmissible, blah blah blah. I mean,
yeah, it's hitting Asian countries pretty hard,
Yeah, Corona's kind of old news, man.
especially South Korea.
Does anybody give a
China
fuck
is
anymore?
getting. We still
Does anybody
have
care?
lockdowns. Well, not lockdowns, but we still have mask mandate here.
Yeah, but does anybody care? Does anybody give a fuck?
You get fined like how much? Let me
Well,
15,000.
I mean, like, does any individual, like, there are people who were sick who were scared of Corona still, obviously, but I feel like the general population's view of the virus is trending towards, like, whatever.
Yeah, most people want to just
There's
live
cancer,
with it,
there's
right?
AIDS, there's the flu, there's
Coexist.
Corona, it's whatever.
Yeah, most people just want to coexist with it.
Yeah.
But see, the U.S. has been basically coexisting with COVID since like late 2020.
Yeah.
Like people just stopped caring, stopped wearing masks,
Yeah.
just stopped quarantining, and it basically broke their healthcare system. Right, too many people are dying and whatnot. But now it's way better,
kinda,
right? I guess
yeah.
it's not way better, but it's somewhat better, right? Somewhat better because the cases are declining, and
Well, that's what
but
they're worried about with this new one, that it's just going through the UK now, and as we saw with the previous variant, apparently they would expect it to go through the States next.
yeah,
And then
it's
Canada, which
kinda
means
like
I'm not
South
going to be able to
Korea,
play
right?
cards after all this time anyway. They're probably
It's
going to
like South
shut that shit
Korea
down.
where the government decided most people have the vaccine. We have over 85% vaccination rate,
Yeah.
so we're gonna live with it. But now they
But the
have
States
300
is only like 66%.
yeah, they have 300,000 cases a day,
Mm.
and it's putting a very heavy pressure on their healthcare system.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it's kind of bad still.
Well, I think the reality is that we need to train more people in medical fields. We need to build more hospitals. We need to spend more of our government money on medical supplies and equipment. And if a shit ton of people get sick, we need to be able to handle it. Because as we've seen
Yeah.
with China, China is the prime example, and New Zealand. China and New Zealand, basically no cases forever.
I mean, you
And-
believe that. Right?
Well,
Well, not the China number, but I mean, the New Zealand number probably real.
yeah. I believe the China number as well for the most part because of how strict they've been. I don't believe their
Sure.
death numbers. I think a
Mhm.
lot of people died in these like lockdowns and in captivity and shit like that.
Mhm.
But I do believe that their case numbers did not like spiral out of control because they just hard jailed everybody.
Sure.
But even with that strategy, and even with like New Zealand being a small island country,
Mhm.
the virus got there and it spread like a motherfucker to a fucking shit ton of people. Like this is like
Yeah.
getting into
Yeah.
unavoidable territory. Like it is gonna happen.
Yeah. I would just like to have this on the record. I disagree with the Chinese number, but okay. Yeah. And I think for sure once it gets to like even countries that have been handling very well, like most Asian country has,
Sure.
it's still very bad. Even those that wears mask all the time, like Japan, South Korea,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, all those
Yeah.
places, they have a very high amount of cases and
Yeah.
like not a lot of death actually. South Korea has very little death compared to cases. They have like maybe 300 death a day and 300,000 cases. I'm pretty sure last I checked. So
Yeah.
I guess
Let's
it's
take
kind
a
of working.
look. So Korea, yeah, well, yeah, South Korea is another example where they had no outbreaks basically
Yeah.
ever. A couple thousand cases here and there, and now it's fucking huge. 400,000 cases
A day.
yesterday, yeah. And then, yeah, their deaths are climbing like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Really
but
quick,
still
actually. What the
very
fuck?
low amount of death if you look. The chart is it's only at around 200 the death.
Yeah, but why is this
So
climbing so quickly? Like, I mean, already.
so the
Usually it's
death
delayed longer.
is
That's
quite
really
low
weird.
compared to cases. 300K cases a day and then only 300 death. That's very low
Yeah, but
compared.
usually deaths are delayed by 2 weeks, so don't think about that yet. I'm surprised it's gone up at all, that's all. Oh, maybe from
Yeah.
here, maybe from the 7,000. Interesting.
Old people
50,000.
buying, I'm okay. That's
It's
my
200K.
take.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like a lot of people have died
Yeah.
from COVID. 6 million
Yeah.
officially, but like unofficially probably like 15, 20 million.
Yeah, for sure. How many old people though?
Well, yeah, the vast majority, right? But yeah, like at the end of the day, it's not looking like something we can stop. So, are we
Yeah, but you
going
should still try to
to?
prevent it as much as possible, right?
Well, yeah, that's the question: is can people and the economy handle lockdowns? Not really.
Really not.
So, what other option do you have? You don't have any option. Vaccinations and masks and distancing. But at the same time,
Train more people to be doctors.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's the real
Yeah.
solution. Because people don't want to be social distance. People, like, are getting angry, and, like, then you start getting into questions of, like, the mental health. You know, like, I'm fine with it, because I'm a freak. But there's some normies out there who haven't been able to go out and party and shit, and they're miserable as fuck. And just because you're not dying on the street doesn't mean your problems like aren't real, you know. Some
also,
of these people,
another big problem that a lot of people are not talking about is domestic abuse increase.
oh yeah,
a
well,
lot.
all this shit about like domestic abuse, child abuse, and like how it would normally get exposed by being in contact with other people,
Or just people having to go to work,
yeah,
right? Just
and all
It's very
this
sad.
is going to be behind closed doors and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And again, like the mental toll that not socializing takes on regular people, it's like, okay, so is it worth for like these many people to suffer or these people to die? And like, I mean, how do you come up with the right answer? I mean, it's whatever, it's just kind of a guess. But after the outbreak in China, I'm officially convinced that there really is no way to stop an outbreak from happening.
I think most people accepted that for a long time.
Well,
We will
I
have to
accepted
live
it for
with
the most part, but like
We're just delaying it.
we didn't have it too bad in Canada before Omicron, and again, New Zealand, China, like there were countries that were handling it really well. But this recent shit is like totally out. Like, I mean, the variant, right? And then they talk about
The
how the
stealth,
mutations
the stealth
happen,
variant.
how the mutations
sure.
happen in people who are unvaccinated and stuff like that more often, and like, you know, what other variation? Because like, yeah, what if we get a variant that's hyper deadly?
Yeah.
You know, and then just like randomly, like, you know, 100,000 people die, like just all of a sudden. I mean, you can't really worry about it, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah. Nothing. Well,
Yeah, unless you're just locked down Andy forever. You just like test like crazy forever and you just lock down like crazy forever. I mean,
yeah.
China can do that, but can anywhere else? Not really.
North Korea.
Yeah, China, North Korea.
All the good countries.
Yeah.
All the greatest countries.
The only other thing I heard about Corona with reading all about that is that apparently it infects your penis and your testicles and could kill your sperm. So hopefully all these anti-vaxxers can't have kids. Along with the poor people.
Yeah. That would be the dream.
Oh yeah. That's all I got. You got anything else?
I mean, we can talk about non-news related stuff.
The going-ons?
Yeah. Just had my birthday.
Happy
last
birthday,
weekend.
Peter. The big
Thank you.
2-5. Quarter of a century, man. Holy fuck.
Half of my life.
Half your life. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, you know how we talk about, right?
Oh yeah, you're going at
50 is
50.
the
Yeah.
end goal. Yeah.
Wait, dude, if you're going at 50, then how are we gonna see the end of the fucking the bet we made earlier? What were we talking
I
about?
will escape the simulation, right?
Oh,
when I
okay.
die. So
Are you gonna come back? When you escape the
No.
pod, will you come back and pull me out?
I'll send you a message.
Okay.
If you just go buy a lottery ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and if you win,
Then I should kill myself and wake up
if
from
you
the
won
dream.
yeah.
Okay.
That would be the that would be the signal
That's the sign.
that there is actual. It's actually a simulation.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah. But I my birthday was pretty boring. We usually don't celebrate my birthday
Yeah, I
because
haven't celebrated that shit in fucking...
usually my parents would give me like $20
Yeah.
Canadian, not US.
Oh,
So not a lot of money.
yeah.
And since I live alone, well, I used to live alone, they just give me the money. And sometimes when there's relatives that like nearby and then they have birthday in the same month,
Yeah.
we would try to celebrate it together.
Well, yeah,
So
that's...
say like 2 weeks later and they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, happy together birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened with me because one of my brothers was born like within 2 weeks of my birthday. So then
Yeah.
we just did them together since then, and I just stopped giving a
Yeah.
fuck about my birthday anyway.
Usually they don't really celebrate my birthday or
Yeah.
any birthday to after like year 10.
Mm,
Right? Like and then
really,
so
10? That's kind of young. I think I stopped at like 16, 18, something like that.
like we sometimes get a cake. Like we don't always get a cake.
Mm,
And also my parents celebrate their birthday to the Chinese lunar
yeah,
calendar,
yeah,
not the actual calendar. So it's like
yeah.
different
The
day
lunar
every
calendar,
year.
not the real calendar, eh? Is that,
Yeah.
are you
So
offending anybody with that take?
it's probably not. Nobody really cares. But it's
Mm,
just
mm.
like because my grandparents mark down those dates, so it's like
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
celebrate those. So like it's different date every year, which is super annoying. And
Oh, really?
nobody yeah. Because say your birthday is on March 17
Mm-hmm.
of the lunar calendar. Then for this year, maybe it's April 2nd on the current calendar we're using. But next year, maybe it's April 7th. But it's still March 17
Oh,
on the
so
lunar
Lunar
calendar.
New Year is different every year?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
why the
what the
Chinese New Year is
fuck?
different every year.
Wait, why is it different every year? What's going on there?
I think there's different amount of days in the. I think it's every 28 days. There's no 31 days in lunar calendar because it's
Oh,
based on the moon, like the
wait, but
day of the
then
moon.
how do you keep the seasons the same? Because
Honestly, I have no idea.
wouldn't it eventually go that like summer's in winter? Or like
I think
New
so.
Year's would be in winter and then New Year's would be in summer and shit, like...
I honestly don't know how it works,
Mm.
but that's just the what I heard, right? Like I think it's like
Yeah.
basically
I
how it
mean,
works,
whatever.
right? Like
Yeah, it's
it
fine.
gets very close.
I guess what I'm asking is
And
that when your birthday, is it ever more than a couple weeks different?
no, it's
Okay,
usually
so there's some like error
yeah,
correction where like
yeah.
okay,
But
yeah,
it's different every year.
yeah.
So it's yeah. But it's usually pretty close within the month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually uh because the actual calendar is always faster, right? So that's why the New Year is at February,
Oh yeah,
and when it's already 2 months after the actual New Year.
yeah.
So yeah. It's kind of fucked up, but that's just how it works. And we went out to eat,
Where'd you go?
and we had to. I went to a mall,
Oh,
one of the mall here, and we had buffet,
mm,
and I didn't eat a lot. It was okay. It wasn't great,
sure.
and the we had to wear mask at all time, and then when
Mm,
we get the food, we had to wear it, and only when when you sit down, we can take off the mask.
mm-hmm.
And since it's a buffet, right? So you have to get up to get more food,
Oh yeah.
and you have to wear mask every single time. And
Oh
it's
my god, man.
I got like people warn me all the time that you have to wear your mask. You have to wear your mask. I'm like, oh yeah. I forgot. Like I'm not annoyed about wearing mask. It's just annoying that I keep forgetting. So I mean, oh, yeah,
Just don't
I'm
forget,
not
man.
not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of wearing masks.
I saw somebody
Like
here the other day in a store without a mask on. I'm not really sure if you're like allowed to do that now or what's going on here, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna wear my mask. Fuck it.
Yeah, I still wear mask. It doesn't bother me that I have to wear
Yeah, I don't give
mask.
a shit. I don't want to get sick, man. I'm tired. Not being sick for 2 years has spoiled me. I don't want another
Mhm.
cold ever again in my life.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
It's also luck, right? Like, but the vaccine fucked me up pretty hard. The third shot, at least.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we take the fourth shot, I'm gonna take some time before I take the fourth
Now,
shot.
do you think you're unlucky enough to get COVID?
Probably, I probably will eventually
Mm.
because I want to travel, and I think
Are you allowed to go
if
to
I have to,
Japan now?
no, no.
Mm.
Well, unless you're a student or
Oh, so why
like
don't you just get into
worker.
Japan University to travel instead?
I'm not smart enough. I don't speak a lick of Japanese. So
Major in English.
dude. Speaking of that, I got perfect score on my
990 out of
English test.
990 on your English test.
Yeah, I'm finally a qualified English speaker
Do you think
here
you're
in
going to be able to get a
Taiwan.
job with that?
Probably not. They probably don't give a fuck.
How much did it cost you to get that certificate?
Like $90 Canadian.
Not the worst ever. Is it like respected by the average pleb or like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's
Mm,
a pretty like a lot of the job ask you to just have that attached
oh
as
yeah.
your resume, like on top of your resume. Just they want to see.
So how many Taiwanese people can speak English better than you? What percentage?
Probably not a lot. I would say probably maybe 1 or 2%.
Oh, really? That bad, eh?
But the amount
Is
of
there
people
another?
that can speak
Yeah.
conversational English are quite high.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
like if you go to market, like just like
Yeah, I'll still be able
random,
to say like, can I have one of these or
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they can even advertise their food in
Mm,
English to you or
mm-hmm.
like explain like
Explain it.
you don't
Yeah,
know, "Oh, this is pig heart or
yeah,
pig blood."
yeah.
Like they can explain it to you. So it's like they
It's functional.
yeah.
Now,
Like I
is
would say
there any other
average
language that they learn? Like, is there any secondary language that's popular over there?
Japanese is quite
Mm,
popular
mm.
because we used to be like I would say a higher percentage of Taiwanese speak Japanese than English.
Oh yeah,
Like in terms of higher and um,
fluency.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like my grandparents, some of them spoke Japanese because they went to school and they were taught Japanese
Mm.
because we were their
Japanese
colony.
slave colony. Yeah.
Well, we were model colony actually. We weren't the slave one. Like
Oh.
that's actually they imported a lot of their like culture and
Wait, so do you guys have
system.
good opinions of the Japanese?
I think most Taiwanese have pretty favorable
But Chinese have
view.
bad opinions, right? Because of all the
Yeah,
fucking rapes.
the Chinese have very horrible
See,
experiences.
I always just imagined that Taiwan was in the same group that they didn't like Japanese.
The Japanese still did quite a bit of atrocity here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the comfort woman also happened here. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just
Mm-hmm.
Korea or China, it also happened here. But they treated us as a model colony compared to a lot of other colony they had at the time. So they imported their education system, like
Oh, I
their
see.
just
Ah, the
they
propaganda. That's what you got, you guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But they wanted to show off to other
Yeah, yeah.
countries to like how great it is to join our colony. They did a lot of horrible stuff still.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people still hate them, right? They took a lot of our resources, like the
Mm-hmm.
natural resources, and they took women, they took kids. It's it's not great, but I think younger people are not quite as
Of course, man. Anime is my shit,
resentful.
dude. Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck about war crimes when you got anime and cat girls and fucking...
yeah. Most of them are pretty favorable
They
towards
got
the.
high-speed trains, man.
We also have one.
They got
Well,
anime conventions.
we also have that here.
Oh,
Is that there's also a lot of a Japanese store here, right? Like
damn. Maybe Taiwan's
Donkey
gonna replace
here.
Japan.
No way. No,
To start making some
it's too
anime. Make some
different.
Taiwanese anime.
Eh. I doubt that we can overtake
What
it.
character? What character do you think you'd voice act?
The mute ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those were the best to
What's a
voice
good show
act.
that came out recently?
Anime or TV show?
Anime. Oh, you could be Eren
Anime.
Yeager. I want to hear you as Eren Yeager in the Taiwanese version.
You know, most of the anime here are dubbed. That's playing on TV.
Taiwanese dub?
Mandarin.
How's that?
Mandarin dub.
Yeah, Mandarin dub. Is the dubbing good?
It's not bad, but you can tell it's the same people dubbing them. Like,
oh, like all of them
between animes. Yeah.
There was a couple Chinese anime that came out that were a bit popular, but man, the voice acting and like shit seemed really fucking off.
Yeah. New season is coming out next month, like
of what?
The spring 2022 for anime.
Oh,
like just
yeah,
general season, like
Yeah.
anime goes by season.
Yeah.
But TV show, I watched a couple TV shows that are pretty okay. But
I was gonna watch Dope Sick. You ever watch that one?
No.
Apparently it's very good.
I watched Severance.
I haven't seen that.
It's a new Apple TV show, and it's I guess I can say the premise, but
sure.
The premise is you have a surgery.
Okay.
To basically, when you go into work, after you pass the barrier, you become a different. Well, you become a different person. You have no memory of your outside life.
Oh.
Only your work life. And when you leave, you have no memory of your work life. You only have memory of
Damn, but that other version of me is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, you're constantly inside the workplace. Like when you leave, the next memory you have is coming back to work. You never leave the workplace. Yes.
Yeah. So he snaps.
Well, I'm only on episode 2.
Okay.
And it's like there is.
Well, he like finds a way to switch or something, right?
There's people that left, right? Like somehow got away, and then that's how the story is going. It's quite creepy.
Yeah.
And
I like those technology sort of like ideas.
Yeah, it's like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty cool TV show.
Yeah. They come up with a lot of ideas. They just don't execute many of them well.
Yeah. Also, Billions. Season 6. I haven't watched, but it's out.
Yeah.
I like the show, but they don't have the who's the guy, the redhead, Damian Lewis. And I think he's the best character in the show.
Oh yeah.
So, and they don't have them for the new season. I think his wife died, so he doesn't want to come back or just want to take a break.
They're making season 3 of The Boys soon or something, right?
Yeah. I think the trailer.
Dude, Homelander makes me fucking uncomfortable, man. That guy did a great job in that role.
He is great. I love it.
That shit is really uncomfortable. Like, yeah, he's a creep and like the whole mommy shit or whatever, but like just his like presence, I'm like worried that he's gonna kill people all the time, and it's just like really like uncomfortable, intense.
Yeah, like the Nazi girl wasn't as bad. Like she was just a bad person. She's not unhinged.
Yeah, it's like very clear what she's got going on, and like it's gross and like disgusting, but like it's obvious. With him, it's just what the fuck is he gonna do next? Like I don't know.
Yeah, he is definitely very weird.
He creeps me out, man.
And let's see what else. I also finished watching the TV show FBI and FBI Most Wanted case.
Yeah. Any good?
It's a surprising ending for the Most Wanted.
Oh yeah.
Version.
They killed Osama.
Season 3.
You think it's worth watching?
Episode.
You think it's worth watching?
I personally I really like police TV show. That's why I like watching like Life PD, Cops.
Oh yeah. What about the Shield or Shield or whatever the fuck it is?
No, I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's like a classic or something.
But like I even watch like police comedy like Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Oh yeah.
and like just I enjoy those kind of
Why don't you
like
become a police officer, man?
setting. I'm not qualified
What do you mean?
to be. And I don't want to be.
You
And
speak English. You can be a police that's specifically assigned to foreigners.
yeah, I think it's too dangerous of a job,
What do you
and
mean?
I would rather
Arrest
be
some
home.
Americans and shit.
Yeah,
Americans will never fight back. You know them.
I mean, I'm not a power tripping person, so you know.
We need good cops like you.
No, you don't want me to be a cop. Trust me.
Yeah, you say you're
don't.
not power tripping, but I don't know. You've had some interesting takes about, dictatorships, communist China.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm not a fan of this. This will be used against me in the
Okay, okay.
future, so I will not be. I will not be incriminating myself.
Okay.
I would just like to this be on record. I don't want to be a police officer just
Okay.
because I think the job is too dangerous for me.
Oh,
Yeah. And
okay.
I'm not physically fit enough or
Mm,
mentally well enough
okay.
to handle such job.
You have many
See,
excuses, so it's okay.
exactly. I'm a depressed person.
You shouldn't be around a gun.
diagnosed. I've been diagnosed with clinical depression. That I would not pass the psych psych test.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
Wait, do Taiwanese
And
police get guns?
I think so.
Mm,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
okay.
But my uncle is a police officer, and I don't think I want to be one,
Okay.
and not like I can anyway. So, no point going for it.
Sure.
Yeah. And what else can we talk about? Or how long we've been going?
About 2 hours. We're kind of there.
Let's see how long.
Looking
Let's see.
Gucci.
Yeah. There's not a lot of stuff to talk about, at least in my life. Do you have anything you wanna share?
Not really. Went to the falls, fucked around. Hopefully poker's open next month, then I'll have some stories. Maybe I'll start
Niagara
vlogging again.
Falls. That would be a good place to jump. You know how the railing is actually very short?
Yeah, I
I've been
got
to
some
there many
pictures.
times. Yeah, I've been there many times. And
Oh yeah, you can climb right
I
over
always
anytime you want.
wonder, like, why
Nobody will
isn't there
stop
more
you.
people jumping?
Yeah, nobody will stop you, man. You can
It's
go
so
for it.
easy. It looks so easy
You
to
know why
me.
people don't jump there? Because it's a happy and beautiful place to be. It cures all
Is
your
it?
depression, man. Depression's fake, don't you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And if you see a beautiful waterfall, you're not going to be depressed anymore. But if you go to the casino and gamble, then maybe.
And then lose all your money, then it's a perfect place to go.
Yeah. At least it's close by.
Yeah. I would tell people to go on the Maiden's Miss or whatever the boat is called.
The Maiden's Mist, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very worth thing to go to.
Yeah.
But one of the fucked up thing they do on the boat is they tell you all the story of the people that jumped or got lost in the falls and survived.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, how do people
It's kind of,
survive?
I think they just like they say, oh, this guy was under
I
the
can
falls
jump
for,
into the falls and not die?
I think so.
Wow.
Like they tell you the story, like this guy survived for 3 days and 3 nights or whatever.
The
Like
fuck?
I went there many times and they tell you those stories, and it's kind of fucked up that they tell you those. Like it's kind of like
Like a
they're
nightmare film.
encouraging you doing it.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, but the falls is absolutely beautiful if you
Yeah,
go
I
on the
love the way
boat.
it looks.
They get very close to the falls, like very close.
Yeah.
Like the mist gets on, like yeah.
It's also like it's
think-
like very intense and like big and like shit. Like when you're close up like that.
Yeah. The fare is very cheap too. Like
Yeah.
it's like 15 Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a penny.
Should get sponsored by Niagara.
There's too many tourists too.
No,
to
they need more
for people
tourists,
to
man.
there.
COVID's fucked everything up. They need more people.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what I
maybe.
probably could have done this whole time is gone across the border to Seneca and gambled there. If they have poker there, their poker might be open.
Where do you stay at Niagara Falls?
Just at Casino Niagara.
Oh, I see.
Or Fallsview, whatever the nicer one is.
Every time I've been there, I've been staying at a shitty hotel.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah, I've
the
never tried
Holiday
any of
Inn
those
or
random hotels.
whatever.
I stayed at the Windham once. I wouldn't consider it a shitty hotel, but I mean, it's just a regular hotel.
Yeah, the ones I stay at were pretty crappy.
Dude, I went to IHOP there because I'd never had IHOP before, I think, in my entire life. It was
Yeah.
fucking awful. I don't know if I just got
Yeah.
like a dud meal or something, but that shit was no good.
I think it was average when I went. I also went to Burger King there, and I'm pretty sure the price was like double. Like I thought the price was like supposed to be the same everywhere. I was like, okay, like at least for the chain
Nah,
restaurant.
man, you're paying tourist prices. Come on.
And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And then the stuff there wasn't great. But I didn't I went like maybe 5, 6 times.
Oh yeah.
And every time I went, my experience has been pretty average, other than the boat ride. Like the town was pretty underwhelming. The
Oh, yeah.
haunted house underwhelming. Just arcade was okay, and then yeah. But I think it's kind of worth to go at least once to watch the falls.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's
like
about
it. I like just walking around and fucking.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
yeah. That's about the only thing Eastern Canadian can offer
What
in
about
terms
the
of
CN
tourism.
Tower, man? What about Lake Erie?
CN Tower is
The Hudson
garbage.
Bay.
Like,
French
I mean,
people. Go watch the French people for a while.
That's why. Why would you
Poutine.
do that? You can get
Go
poutine
join the
anywhere,
truckers, man. There's truckers protests out here you can join.
I guess.
A whole bunch of
It's
stuff
pretty
to do.
close. Ottawa is pretty close to Niagara Falls. It's like an hour away. Maybe 2.
What? You
Isn't it?
smoking crack, man?
Isn't it 2 hours away only?
Niagara Falls is like south of Toronto.
Yeah. And then isn't Toronto
Ottawa's
to
fucking
Ottawa like 2
east, man.
hours? Yeah, isn't it only 2 hours?
Yeah, but
I thought
Niagara
by
Falls
train.
is in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but I mean the truckers are in Ottawa.
I think it's like 4 hours from Ottawa to Niagara Falls.
Oh, really?
I'm
Maybe
gonna
you're
check. I
right.
don't know.
Because I've never been. Not never been. I've been to Ottawa, but I never went from Ottawa to the falls. I usually go
Yeah,
from
5 hours 30 minutes.
Damn, that's far.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it's like south. Damn, okay, you're
an
right.
hour away. My
maybe
God,
it's
Toronto's an hour away
closer.
from Niagara Falls. You fuck. How could
Yeah.
Ottawa be an hour away?
Maybe you go on the U.S. side, right? Maybe
You're a
it's
crackhead,
closer.
man. You're a homeless fucking
Damn.
crackhead, dude.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm from Toronto, right? Our previous mayor
Oh yeah.
is
Rest in peace.
Rob Ford.
Amen.
Well, I'm not actually from Toronto, but I live in Toronto.
Yeah.
I think by the
20
time I
years.
moved there, he was already dead.
Really?
Gosh, I think so. I moved there
Is it really that long ago?
2015, 2014. Let's see, Rob Ford. When did he die? Oh, maybe no, I was there. He died.
I thought it was like 16 or 17. Wasn't it?
2016, March 22nd. It's
Yeah.
almost his anniversary.
Oh my God. Fuck, we're 5
It's
days
in-
off.
Yeah. Oh my God. Should we do a podcast?
Yeah, special Rob Ford
5 days?
edition.
Yeah. So in 5.
Addiction.
Yeah. When I was in Toronto, he wasn't mayor anymore, but he was still alive.
Yeah.
He was only mayor for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014.
Yeah.
But now our province is getting fucked by his brother.
Yeah, we need him back.
Doug
He was the
Ford.
good brother all along.
Is he though? He's a crackhead though.
Yeah, crackheads are the best, man.
I guess, but mayor doesn't do anything. I feel. I never feel.
Yeah, we
like,
should have let him in the premier, then it would have been better.
maybe, but you don't know what kind of bullshit he's gonna do, right?
He's too busy doing
Maybe he's
drugs
gonna-
to fuck shit up, man.
gonna cut healthcare. Well, but maybe
No.
not. He's a crackhead. He needs healthcare.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
not. So maybe he's gonna cut education. And
Yeah, we don't
that
need
I'm okay
education
with.
anymore anyway.
Honestly, Canadian college is pretty cheap compared to the US. I feel like
Education's
we talked about this
overrated.
before.
Yeah, we did.
Like, yeah, it's only 8,000. It's way cheaper. But
All right.
yeah,
You good?
we can do another episode this week.
Yeah. That's what you said last time, and then it only took 2 weeks.
That's not my fault. Someone
Oh,
went to the
yeah,
bar
it's not my fault. Okay.
to celebrate something I don't even know. I had a
I
birthday. You didn't
am
have a birthday.
available 12 hours a day, almost every day.
Yeah, same. How
And
come
I'm
two
here.
degenerate
I'm
with
ready and waiting, man. You just let me
come
know.
yeah, but how come
You just let me know,
two
man.
degenerate with 12 hours a day free time cannot meet up
Well, because you keep
for
putting your
a
12
2 hour
hours, and then
podcast?
you say, even today, you said, okay, give me 2 hours, and it took you like 4.
No. We could check the law. Come on, I don't think I took 4. I messaged you like, let's see. I said 2 hours and I was 7 hours at 8, right?
Yeah.
8:33. And then
Yeah,
it's
11:30.
3
You
hours.
fucked.
So
3 hours. You fucking.
it's 3 hours.
Dude,
It's
you're a
pretty close.
scammer,
Not
man. And then
yeah.
when you called me, we didn't start for like at least another hour.
Yeah, but that's like prep, right? That
No, you
doesn't
weren't
count.
prepping shit. You're talking about all sorts of fucking unrelated. You're talking about
Anymore
anime
stuff.
and fucking.
Well, I never talk. Wait, do we even talk
You're
about
a
anime? I
weeb,
don't think
man.
so.
You're
I
obsessed with
haven't even
anime.
watched anime.
I've never watched an
See.
anime before in my
We
life.
should talk about a little bit about anime. I think this season it's pretty dead. I dropped most of my
We should talk about anime. This season, it's dead.
No, I
Alright,
mean
good
I
talk.
dropped most of them. Like you, like I feel
What do you
like
mean? Ranking of Kings, Attack on Titan, Dress Up
I don't watch any
Darling.
of those. That's the only one I'm watching still.
What else? Fucking Demon Slayer. There's all sorts
That's
of good
already
shit, man.
finished. Demon Slayer's already finished.
Yeah, but it's part of the season, baby.
I guess, and it's, yeah. But I mean, like still ongoing ones. I'm pretty dropped most of them, other than Dress Up Darling and
What, Attack on Titan, Dress Up Darling? Ranking of Kings is fucking great.
yeah. I think I might start that. I
Oh,
don't
you haven't
watch
watched it
Attack
yet?
on
Oh, it's
Titan.
so
No,
good.
I don't watch Attack on Titans.
Attack on Titan's also very good.
Really, I feel like I watched first season and then like 2 episodes second season.
The first time I watched it, I dropped it after the first season. The second time I watched the first 3 seasons. I didn't like season 3. The third time I watched it all the way through up until now, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I don't know.
So the lesson is watch it 3 times.
Yeah, third time's the charm, you know.
Yeah, but next season I have some pretty good ones. I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go on the website to check the this one. Love is War season 3
That's a good
is
one.
the one I'm looking for. And Spy X Family, I heard good thing about it.
Spy X Family, is that a new one?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a brand new one. And Komi-san second season.
Komi-san's very good.
Yeah, second season. It's also starting in April. And let's see. Oh, this one, the Bone Guy. What's it called? Skeleton Knight.
Hmm.
I
Wait, when's
think
Chainsaw Man coming up?
Chainsaw Man. Let's see if they have a release date. Oh, I just type it up. Give me a second. Oh, fuck! This ads for fucking card decks. Chainsaw Man. Do they even say? They haven't put out a date, but it is going to air this year. But don't know when.
Okay.
Probably fall. Probably September.
I like the way that looks a lot. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I like the way it looks visually.
Yeah. I heard a lot of good thing about it.
Yeah, so
and
have I.
the studio is pretty sick, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the Skeleton Knight is one I'm also looking forward to next season. Just starting April 7th. And honestly, a lot of the stuff are looking pretty similar. Like, they have the same genre,
Yeah.
like the fantasy style.
Creativity, man. It's running on out. I've seen
People are
it.
selling what's popular.
Fuck
right?
ton of fantasy, isekai, like whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like the other world, right?
This
Like,
man was reborn and I have a crush on him now. I declared that I'm the strongest mage with the weakest crest. The love of killing, fucking
that's just the annoying part, right?
how
It's just
to
the
manage
same
a kingdom,
drama.
and bring a kingdom out of debt.
Yeah, those two anime sounds the same to me, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I think there's a movie coming out also for Overlord and also season 4.
I like Overlord.
Because I
It's not
read
super
the
popular, but like I'm into games and shit, so I'm a huge fan. I like it a lot.
yeah, I read the light novel to the
Everybody says the light
latest.
novel is so fucking good.
It is good, but it's quite long. It's like,
Yeah, you gotta
and
sit
the
down and
translation is sometimes kind of annoying.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
yeah, but it's pretty good. The season 4 is coming out July. It's definitely gonna cover light novel 11 and 12.
Mm,
I don't remember if it starts from 10, but it's a nice, like, light pace one.
sure.
Like you know how, like, Overlord always have like a epic like fight
Yeah,
against
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
something, like, yeah, but next season will be quite not like a super big arc. Like, it
Mm,
will be a arc of like a couple small things,
sure.
which are still important, but like the big one will be the movie, which I don't think they have enough time for, like, the whole thing. It's basically, how the goal is basically dominating the world, right?
Yeah,
And there's like a lot of countries in that world, and he just created his own country in like season 3.
yeah.
And
Spoilers,
season
man.
yeah, I mean, sure, it's nothing that time. It's season 3 has been out for like 2 years, maybe 3. Okay.
Snape kills
And
Dumbledore.
oh my god. Oh, dude, I kind of want to talk about that, right? Like, people are hating Harry Potter because of J.K. Rowling's
J.K.
take
Rowling
on Twitter.
retroactively making everybody transgender and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and she's just having a lot of, like, people are saying she's transphobic, like, for saying things like, mm, trans trans man, I guess, or
mm.
trans woman shouldn't compete in competitive sports, like
I mean that's true
men
against women.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like basically men who
Well, either
trans
way, whether you're a woman going to a man, man going to a woman, like once you get like testosterone in your fucking shit,
mhm.
you're fucking jacked, man. Testosterone, that's a performance enhancing drug,
Yeah,
okay?
but men going to women will be like, they take estrogen, right? They don't take the
Yeah, but they
they
have
take
testosterone in their body already. That's what I
yeah,
mean.
already, yeah. And that's what her take, and people are calling her turf, right?
What does turf
So
mean?
it's the
It's like
trans
anti-trans or some shit.
exclusionary
Yeah, yeah,
radical
yeah.
feminist.
Sure, sure.
Basically, you are a feminist, but you hate trans women.
Mm.
That's what turf is, right? Like, they're saying you support women, but you don't support trans women.
Whether
So
I
you're a
love
turf.
or hate or support or not transgender people, the idea that anybody wants them to compete together in that like situation is beyond me. I don't get it. Because all the
And I
women
think
are just gonna get absolutely fucking destroyed.
it's kind of weird how they're saying her work is like invalidated. Like, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but it's definitely a
I mean, people
decent
say the
book,
same thing
right?
about
Series.
like everybody, like Kevin Spacey and this and that. It's like
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like I mean, I think we talked about this last time too. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a rapist, whatever, allegedly. Okay, don't really sue me.
No, Bill Cosby is convicted rapist. So
Okay,
it's
so yeah. So Bill Cosby is a rapist, but you know, does it change his show? Like, I mean, I guess you feel it, but like, I mean, the thing's the thing, right? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, you can choose to not support it,
Yeah,
but doesn't invalidate what he did. Like
yeah,
he
like it doesn't make it
showed
any
he's an
less
athlete.
relevant or good or bad or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think you not wanting to support a bad person, sure. I think everybody can agree with that.
yeah, of
But I
course.
think just saying that he's bad at his job just because he's a bad person, that's just wild. Like that's
All
just
I'm gonna say
wrong.
is that I never liked Bill Cosby even before I knew all this shit, so I was
Same.
ahead of the
Well,
game. He
do you
wasn't
do you
funny.
hate
He
him?
wasn't ever funny.
Do you don't like him?
I didn't like him.
Because
Yeah, that's exactly why.
his acting skill or
Yeah.
because okay. Just making sure
Yeah.
there's no amount of
No.
ism going on.
No, see, I like Dave Chappelle, man. I can't be
Same.
racist. Though
Ooh.
recently, Dave's getting rather political, and he thinks that he's
He's on the
smart.
news for
Yeah.
he's on the news for killing the
Yeah.
the county
Yeah.
county thing.
Mr.
The
Mr.
building
David
the
there is
horrible
thinking
house.
that he's mighty smart, and I'm gonna have to disagree. Dave?
Do you think he's not smart because
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because he's
uh,
a comedian.
ah
Plenty of comedians are smart. I think that he thinks he's a lot smarter than he is, and plenty of his
mhm.
takes are fucking awful.
I think that's a lot of people. A lot of people think they're smarter than they are.
Yeah, but not me, of course.
Yeah.
I'm exactly as smart as I think I am. I would
Yeah.
never misjudge. I would never be overconfident.
Yeah, you never be that stupid.
Yeah, I could never
That's
be that stupid. Very true. Because I'm
this is a
not a comedian.
uh I I see. I don't know. We're going a lot of overtime or no? Like, what's our time like?
We're at 7 hours now. You've been talking about anime all
I
day,
don't want
dude.
to talk about. I see on Twitter people talk about this a lot.
Why are you
They
coming up with all
think,
the good content when I already tried to wrap it up, dude?
yeah. But I just want to talk
It's
about
okay.
it.
We'll restructure. In the future, you gotta discover this
Come up
content
with
before we wrap it up.
yeah.
Okay,
People are talking
go ahead.
about how they used to be a gifted kid,
Mm.
and like
Oh,
it's
dude,
all
everybody
teacher's
and their
fault.
fucking mother says that
Yeah,
shit to me.
everybody and their mom think their kid is gifted.
Yeah.
You're not gifted.
Yeah.
And they blame like, oh, because too smart, so we don't
Oh my god.
we don't get simulated enough, right?
The
We don't
copium,
get
dude.
yeah. You're not gifted.
But see,
You're
that
just a
applies to
lazy
everybody.
piece of
Yeah,
shit.
that applies to everybody, but again, not to me. Because I was actually gifted, you know?
Yeah, sure. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I see so many of those take. I'm so done with it. You're not
Mhm.
gifted. You're just a lazy piece of shit. You don't want to study,
No, man.
and you just got away with
I
it.
had
And
so
then
much
when things
potential,
got
and
harder,
no, I had so much
yeah.
potential. I was so smart, and all these factors. You're insulting our entire fan base right now, Peter. Don't you know that everybody really that listens to us is gifted?
Yeah, I'm excluding our listeners,
Oh,
of
of course.
course.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
those
everybody
people. Yeah.
else that thinks that
They're not
way
like
are
us.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this podcast, it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So don't feel insulted.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's just my take.
Personal take. Not personal or trying to be rude.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just reality. Yeah.
Well, good thing that you stalled, because I remember that I need to get your predictions. So
what?
now that you've seen the developments, how's the Russian-Ukrainian
so hard
conflict
to
going to go from here?
predict this. It's so hard. I think
Where are we going to be at 1 week from now?
1 week from now, I think it's still the same. Like status quo right now. Like they still invading, but no progress.
Okay. And now previously you said I predict the invasion will start before the queen dies, and you were right by a mile.
Yeah.
Do you think the invasion will end before the Queen dies.
Ooh.
And by end, I mean
I think
either Russia
Yeah.
admits that Ukraine is a sovereign nation, or Ukraine is at least
Dominated.
Afghanistan levels of controlled by Russia.
How about a ceasefire? That doesn't count?
A ceasefire counts, sure. As long as it lasts for more than...
I think Queen will survive till
Okay.
like afterwards. So
Sure.
I think that the war will end before the Queen dies.
And,
Do you watch? We get the news of Queen dying when like tomorrow.
yeah. And other than
Like,
that, you said Taiwan's not going to get invaded. If it doesn't happen by, what, 2030?
Mhm.
Then it's not happening until 2070. Or not
No,
Taiwan.
no,
No. Sorry, what were we saying? A collapse of
I
the
think
CCP.
the government.
If it doesn't
I
happen
think
by
Taiwan will be
2050,
invaded before 2030 for sure.
Taiwan won't get invaded before 2030?
Will get
Wait,
invaded.
really?
I think so.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we'll be able to see that one
It's
out.
not hard. Yeah. I'm not very confident about that, but I
Okay.
think so.
That'll be your
I
hot
think
take.
it's like,
And
I
my
think
hot
it'll be
take,
close
well,
to
I need a
2030.
cool prediction to go along with you.
Yeah.
What's my cool prediction going to be? I gotta think of something.
Will Doug Ford get reelected? I think the
Oh,
election is coming up.
God,
Let's see.
I
Ontario
think so. I think he will, even though he's like, nobody likes him. Well, I mean, I don't even know what the competition is. I guess his COVID response has pissed a lot of people off, so I'll
will
vote
be held
no.
on June 2nd. You don't think he will be elected?
I'm gonna go with no because I think his COVID response has pissed a lot of people off. Yeah.
Let's see when with this. He's been 2022 June 2nd. Yep. Let's see. Currently, the Conservative, which is the Doug Ford Party,
Yeah.
67 seats. In last election, he had 76, so he lost.
Down and out.
NDP, the New Democratic Party, has 40 seats. Up. They need 23 seats, and the Liberal Party has 7 seats. Is that true?
That seems
NDP has
wrong,
more
but
seats?
I don't know.
NDP has more seats? And Green Party has 1 seat, and what's this party? New Blue has 1 seat, and Ontario Party has 1 seat.
At least we got options, right?
Yes, but not really.
What do you mean, man? I'm gonna vote for the Ontario Party. We're gonna get 2 seats. Whatever those fucking seats do,
Honestly,
aka nothing.
Kathleen Wayne, fuck the Liberal hard. So I feel like Liberal Party is kind of fucked in Ontario. Anyway, so your prediction is he will not get it reelected?
Yeah, I think somebody else will take his place.
So NDP, okay.
Sure.
Ooh, the prediction is pretty long way away. It's June 2nd.
Yeah, we'll see.
See.
All right. We good?
We good.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.